The Lawrence Cardinals have taken the field, and we are just getting ready for game time here. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2. Alongside Dom DeRosa, my name's Ethan Dewar, and for the Cardinals today, as they get ready for first pitch, they are ready to take on the Hamilton West Hornets in a very decisive game at this part in the season, Dom.
Yeah, the Hornets have not disappointed at 10-5. They're going to show a lot of good stuff in their lineup. But Indelicato on the pitching mound for Lawrence also has some great stuff. What's going to be important, of course, is that first pitch strike and what's going to carry Indelicato to getting those big-time outs. And not everything is about the strikeout, too. Yes, he's leading the team with that, with 59 coming into today, but you just want to get those outs quick and early and often.
When Indelicato kicks some dirt on the mound, he's ready. The first pitch of the game is in there, just missed low, so there's the first ball of the game. And Drew Indelicato has told me, he's told Coach Scepter, he's indicated that first pitch strike is crucial. But he's down 1-0 now to Danilo Perdomo, and that 1-0 pitch is upstairs, so now it's 2-0. Wind really blowing in from right to left field today. Indelicato gets back up on the mound. Perdomo's the center fielder today for the Hamilton West Hornets. Batting from the right-hand side. Here's the 2-0. That's upstairs, 3-0. So quickly, 3 straight balls, and the Hornets are looking to get their first base runner of the day aboard. Indelicato, deep breath. He sets, and the 3-0 pitch to Kellen Moore's catcher, and that's in their first strike, 3-1. Perdomo's one of the big offensive threats on this Hornets team, and believe me, they have a lot of them. Runs scored, 116 on the season. For some comparison, their pitching staff has only allowed 46. That ball's ripped on the ground, back to Indelicato on the mound. Underhand toss to his first baseman, Robert Kelly, and there's one away here in the top of the first inning.
Well, it seems that Indelicato is a chef that wants to close early in his restaurant. Kitchen's closed, playing snatchies over there on the pitching mound.
Well, as Noel Olivaria steps in, the shortstop, we'll give you the Cardinals' defense. Behind home plate today is Kellen Moore, the freshman, over at first base. Another freshman, Robert Kelly. Riley Rivera at second base in the first pitch. That's ripped on the ground, back to Indelicato again. Underground toss, and that is in time. 2 straight putouts with Indelicato getting the ground balls, and there's 2 away here. So Javi Calzadilla, he's at shortstop. Ryan Williver, the third baseman, rightfully so in the hot corner over there. And then left, right in the outfield, it's Ben Pollack, Hunter Rivera, and JT Gordon today. So a 2 away here in the first inning. That'll bring up Nate Rodriguez, the left fielder today for the Hornets. Indelicato sets. Here's the first pitch to him. Sweeping curveball drops in there for a strike. So it's 0-1.
And that's the way you want to start off. 2 quick outs by your own self and Indelicato. Try and get this one here to get out of this top of the first quick.
The self-described ace. He sets and deals the 0-1, and that's downstairs in the dirt. So it's 1-1. Rodriguez batting .333 on the year. 14 for 42. Almost has the team lead in RBIs. 14 on the year. Batting from the left-hand side, we're at number 3. Indelicato sets. It'll be a 1-1. That ball's ripped on the ground to Calzadilla at shortstop. He has it. To his left, throws over to first. Throw is high, tagged by Kelly in time. Beautiful play at first by Robert Kelly to tag the runner as he came down for making that catch in the air. 1-2-3 inning for Drew Indelicato and the Cardinals. Cardinals will come to bat for the first time today. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTBS TV.
We have ourselves a scoreless game here on this beautiful spring afternoon as the Lawrence Cardinals prepare to bat for the first time today. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2, alongside Dom DeRosa. My name's Ethan Dewar. And from the pitching mound to the batter's box, Drew Indelicato is about to stand in. He's the pitcher, and he's batting first today for the Cardinals. As the Hornets finish up their final warm-ups of the day, and Drew steps in, we'll give you the lineup for the Cardinals real quick today. It's been pretty standard these past couple of games, especially this past 2-game winning streak. Drew Indelicato leads off. Ryan Williver is at third and bats second. Hunter Rivera in center field, he bats third. Batting cleanup today is the left fielder Ben Pollack. Robert Kelly in his usual 5th spot. He plays first base today. Kellen Moore, the catcher, bats 6th. JT Gordon's in right field today, he bats 7th. Riley Rivera at second base, bats 8th. And Javi Calzadilla, the shortstop, bats 9th.
Yeah, Ethan, and with a rare lefty in James Hyman for the Hornets, Lawrence is going to want to take every advantage they can with only 2 lefties in Williver and Calzadilla batting in that lineup.
James Hyman, a lefty, wearing number 7. He kicks in the first pitch to Indelicato, showing bunt, but he missed it, so it'll be a strike, I believe. Nope, he brought it back in time, so it's 1-0. Indelicato batting .222 on the year. 8 for 36. Has drawn a lot of walks, 7. And like we said, in this winning streak, he's been batting leadoff. Hyman sets and deals. Big swing and a miss there by Indelicato, so it's 1-1. I asked him before the game on Friday how he feels about batting leadoff. He said he'll hit wherever Coach Scepter needs him to. And for Coach Scepter today, this game means a little bit more than usual, as the 1-1 pitch is taken down and in for a ball. 2-1. Coach Scepter is an alma mater of Hamilton West. Played baseball for them. So he definitely marks this one on the calendar early on.
Also coached there for a year early on in his career.
2-1 pitch, that's inside. 3-1 to Indelicato. And Hyman really working the inside corners here, trying to get that inside zone called, to no avail. Hyman looks in. Indelicato checks the swing, batting from the right-hand side. It'll be a 3-1 pitch. Here it is. And that's taken just upstairs, ball 4. A leadoff walk for Drew Indelicato, and the Cardinals have their first base run of the day. And with no one out and one aboard, that'll bring up Ryan Willivier, the third baseman.
And that's the way you want to start off the game. Ryan Willivier coming up. Yes, it's a lefty-lefty matchup, but we've seen Willivier take a lot of pitches because of the hit-by-pitch. So he's been getting hit a lot by righties. Let's see if a lefty is going to make it even harder to have that be avoided.
Well, with the infield at double play depth now for the Hornets wearing their road black uniform. Hamilton across the front in calligraphy script. Orange piping down the side of the uniforms, black caps. Indelicato leads off first. Hyman sets. Here's the first pitch of Williver. And that's in their first strike, 0-1. Speaking of hit by pitch, Ryan leads this team in those. 9 hit by pitches. Coach Scepter told me this morning 11 is the team record. Indelicato leads. He's not going. 1-0 pitch is grounded on the ground at second base. Toss over to the shortstop. He's up with it. Throw to first is in time to Nielsen. It's a double play. 4-6-3 Taylor-made double play, and just like that, there's 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first.
Well, that is going to hurt right there for Lawrence early on in the game after getting the leadoff walk. However, you got to see what the best prospect here going to D1 can do if he can get them on the board.
And speaking of that, that is Hunter Rivera. He steps in batting from the right-hand side. Batting out of the 3-hole like usual. Hyman sets first pitch to him. That ball's laced in the air. Foul over the right-hand side now to play, so it's 0-1. Hunter playing center field today. It's interesting. In the earlier parts of this year, we saw him play up the middle. His brother Riley seemingly has taken over that role, and Hunter's become a defensive steadfast for the Cardinals, playing center field, patrolling out there with some great defensive skills. Hyman sets and deals, and that's upstairs, so it's 1-1 now. Not only is he good defensively, you wonder why he's playing D1. He's great with the bat, too. 358 batting average, 14 for 39 on the year. Does it all, too, Dom. 9 stolen bases on the year. 1-1, pitches upstairs, so it's 2-1.
Yeah, and with the stolen bases, that's going on to other players, younger rookies on the team as well. They've been stealing bags, playing old school. I like what Rivera has brought as a veteran for this team.
It'll be a 2-1 Rivera. Here it is. That ball's laced on the ground of the third baseman into left field for a base hit. It's a 2-out single for Hunter Rivera, the Cardinals' first hit of the ballgame. And with 2 outs, Cardinals get a base runner here, and that'll bring up the cleanup batter, Ben Pollack.
Yeah, that ball was absolutely smoked down the left field line. I want to know the exit velo on that, even though that was just a single, still counts. Way to get on base and keep the inning alive.
Well, Hyman will work out of the stretch now for the second time today. He was able to get out of the initial walk to Drew Indelicato to start this inning. And the first pitch to Ben Pollack, that's in their first strike, 0-1. As much as Pollack's been batting out of the cleanup spot, we've also seen him pitch relief very well this year. Only seems to come in, though, in some rare spots. But today he's starting out in left field. Hyman looks over at first base. Rivera not with a wide lead. A 1 pitch to Pollack's taken outside, 1-1.
And we've seen Pollack play out there in left field and make some incredible plays. Really one clutch play in the outfield that was a jumping catch.
Pollack back from the right-hand side. No batting gloves. Rivera's going. That pitch is in the dirt. No throw by Nate Maines behind home plate. It's another stolen base for Hunter Rivera. That's his 10th on the year. Now all of a sudden, with Ben Pollack having a 2-1 count, a hitter's count, looking to get the first run aboard with a run in scoring position.
Are we surprised there? Hunter's been showing that aggressiveness as well as the team. I love to see that.
So with Rivera now at second, Hyman just trying to get out of this inning. Sets at the chest. Lefty deals. That's in there for a strike. Now 2-2. Clutch pitch there by Hyman. Pollock steps out of the box, checks the swing. He's ready.
In your pocket.
So is Hyman. Defensive back with 2 outs in the inning.
Fine.
Lefty sets and deals. That ball's laced foul to the right-hand side, out of play. So we'll remain at 2-2. Hyman takes his time. He's on the rubber now. Rivera with a very slim lead at second base. Dowdy's trying to advance here. Will be a 2-2 pitch. Runner at second. 2 outs here. We're in the bottom of the first inning. Scoreless game. Here it is. Fouled off behind home plate. Big rip there by Pollock. Count remains at 2-2.
You know, I wish Lawrence at home had some walk-up music because, you know, Ben Pollock would be having Staying Alive right now. I'd be playing that.
Pollock does have some RBIs on the year. He didn't hit out of the cleanup spot all season. Only started doing this a few games ago. Still has 5. And in comparison for high school, that's pretty good. Team lead is 9. Hyman sets. Will be a 2-2 again. That ball's hit on the ground, over the pitcher's mound. Up with it is the shortstop Olivaria. He throws to first in time for the play. 6-3 to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base for the Cardinals. And we're scoreless. We're headed to the second inning. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Welcome back to Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2. We have a scoreless game here as we head back to the top of the second inning as Drew Delicato takes the mound for his second inning of work. After a 1-2-3 first, he'll look to replicate that. We want to remind you to don't miss a second of Lawrence High School baseball this season on the all-new 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Plug into the action via your mobile device. Download the Bronx free mobile apps. Just search WRRC2 in the Apple and Google Play stores to listen to every home game on your smartphone or tablet. Don, we only have a few games left, my friend.
I know. It is unfortunate, but we had a blast this season doing commentary. It's been great, Ethan.
And Delicato sets, and the first pitch is laced on the ground up the middle. That's a base hit for Mike Nielsen, the first baseman. And just like that, the Hornets have their first hit of the ball game. It's a leadoff base hit here in the second inning.
Yeah, you know, you had Delicato trying to go 3 for 3 on the snatchies play right there, but could not get it. That one was right up the middle from Nielsen.
And that'll bring up Tyler Williams, the right fielder. So with Nielsen leading from first, here's the pitch, and that's going to go by Kellen Moore and go all the way to the backstop. Coming down to second will be Nielsen. It's a wild pitch to Tyler Williams. Now the Hornets have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the second.
Now, the Cardinals catchers in both Van Hees and Kellen Moore, who's behind the plate today, they have really been efficient when it comes to blocking pitches and everything like that. So that is unfortunate to see a runner in scoring position as of now.
1-0 pitch is lifted in the air to left field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Stopping at third is Nielsen. It's a single for Tyler Williams. And all of a sudden, just a few pitches later here in the second, Hornets have runners at the corners with nobody out.
Yeah, that was a rip right there, but I believe it was Tyler Williams. That was laced. So, Delicato getting himself in a little bit of a pickle. You're going to have to try and get a big punch out here.
So that'll bring up Matt Cleef, the designated hitter today. Runners at the corners. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning. This game is scoreless. First pitch from Delicato is laced foul behind home plate. 0-1.
You know, I just want to say, thank goodness right now you're, saying the names, the last names and everything. I could never. You can give me 100 tries. I would have never guessed McCleef in the way it's spelled.
Well, McCleef batting from the right-hand side, right number 25. Definitely has the build of a designated hitter. Now throw back over to first, and Williams dives back in. Being held on by Robert Kelly, the freshman first baseman. Was talking to Kelly about Robert Kelly this morning with Coach Andrew Scepter on the pregame show. So what a joy and what a hopeful future it is to have him be a part of this varsity team already as a freshman. Looping curveball drops in there for a strike, so now it's 0-2. This would be quite a spot for a strikeout for Drew Delicato. Nielsen at third, Williams at first. It'll be an 0-2 pitch here. Drew set at the chest, pitches. That ball's going to get down in the dirt. Stopped by Kellen Moore, though, and the runners will not advance. So it'll be 1-2.
You see that block from Kellen Moore? Looking like Spider-Man. Just put some web on that ball and attached it to his chest plate.
The importance of this game goes beyond the fact of just getting another win for the Cardinals, because as they try to get themselves into this state tournament, every win, especially a win against a 10-5 team with this point system that the state uses, would be unbelievably helpful for this Cardinals team.
Yes, it would. And you know what? For the Cardinals, they have that bright future, and that's why I'm wearing these shades, not because of the sun. Only losing Hunter Rivera, the only senior on this team.
Drew sets, runners going. 0-2 pitches taken upstairs for a ball. No throw by Kellen Moore. It's a stolen base for Tyler Williams. Now the Hornets have runners at second and third with no one out. Count will be a 2-2 to McLeaf.
You know, I'm actually not upset with Moore not throwing to second, because with a runner with Nielsen at third, if you throw to second, Nielsen's coming home.
That ball's lifted in the air down the right field line. Going over is Robert Kelly, and that ball's going to be foul. JT Gordon, the right fielder, dove for it, but missed it. So the count will remain at 2-2.
That was some attempt to make that catch right there from JT.
JT Gordon in right field today. We've seen him there a bit this season. It seems especially when Drew is pitching. When Drew usually finds himself in right field when he's not pitching, that JT does play right. Patrolling right field. It's 3:31 down the right field line. It'll be a 2-2 to McLeaf. Runners at second and third. No one out. Pitch swung on and missed. Ball in the dirt. Kellen Moore's up with it. Looks the runner back to third and a throw to first in time to secure the first strikeout of the game for Drew Delicato. That's a big first out there, Dom, but quite not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, not one bit, but he read my mind. He got the big punch out necessary for one down, and a double play will get you out of this and end this half inning.
Well, in steps Connor Casa, the third baseman. Batting from the right-hand side, right number 33. Infield playing back for the Cardinals. That pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1, got it with the fastball. In the last game that Drew pitched, and this just goes to show how much of importance he puts on those first pitch strikes. In the first nine batters he faced, 8 first pitch strikes. Here's the 0-1. That's downstairs in the dirt, 1-1. Nielsen leads from third. Williams at second. Drew Delicato looks in at Kellen Moore. His freshman battery mate. Sets at the belt. 1-1 pitch is laced on the ground to the third baseman, Willoughby. Here's up with it. We'll look the runner back to second. Runner will score. Runner now is going to third, and he will be not in time. As the run comes in, Nielsen came in to score. Williams goes to third on the ground out. But Connor Casa is retired on the 5-3 put out. And now there's two-way in the inning.
Yeah, Tyler Williams showing aggressiveness on the base pass, but that was a good heads-up play by both Robert Kelly and Ryan Willivier in the corners right there to try and get Williams out going to third. But you know what? Yeah, run scores, but you get a nice out with it. It's not going to be a continuing rally, hopefully not. 2 down, and Delicato, you got to focus on this batter.
And the batter is Nate Maines, the catcher, and he takes a pitch just upstairs, so 1-0. Top of the second inning. 1-0 now, Hamilton West Hornets. 2 outs in the inning. Runner is at third. And Delicato sets. Here's the 1-0, and that's downstairs in the dirt, 2-0. Maines is one of the steadfast batters for this Hornets team. Batting .375 on the year. That's 12 for 32. 10 runs scored. As much as it doesn't look like he has that much speed on him, 6 stolen bases. Looking for his 7th RBI on the year here. Here's the 2-0. That ball's in the dirt. Runner will not go anywhere. Kellen Moore with another nice stop behind the plate. And it's 3-0.
And those are impressive numbers. We're seeing him behind the plate today at catcher with the equipment on and showing off that speed. Being a catcher, I don't care where you play, whether it's high school, middle school, college, etc. You know, that's very impressive. That's a rare sighting.
3-0 pitch taken all the way, and it's in there for a strike. 3-1. Big pitch here for Drew Delicato. If Hamilton West can keep this inning going, it'll be Jackson Wakely, the second baseman, on deck. 3-1 to Maines. Just missed low, ball 4. First walk of the game issued by Drew Delicato. He doesn't walk that many people. But nonetheless, now runners at the corners with still 2 outs.
Yeah, and now Wakely batting in that 9th spot. You're going to want to get that out here. You do not want to go into this going into the top of the order.
And Delicato takes a walk behind the mound, tries to settle himself down a little bit. Had a great 1-2-3 first inning, and then ran into some trouble here in the second. Trying to keep the damage right where it is. Only 1 run allowed. Runners at the corners. 2 outs inning. Here's the first pitch to Wakely. That's in there for a ball, and the runner's going, and Maine steals second base. Completely sleeping on defense was the Cardinals there. No throw by Kelly Moore. And it's a stolen base. Second of the inning for the Hornets. So now runners at second and third. Defense back with 2 outs. 1-0 pitch. That's taken upstairs. 2-0. It seems like Delicato is struggling to find the strike zone a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. That fastball is really not finding its rhythm as of right now. But one little pitch, a ground out, a fly out, anything that avoids a hit and RBIs will do to get out of this.
And Delicato looks the runner back at second. Now it delivers. That pitch is taken low and inside. 3-0. Wakely steps out of the box, checks the swing. It'll be a 3-0 pitch. First base is open if you walk Wakely here, but definitely may not want to face Perdomo, the best hitter on this team, on deck. 3-0 pitch is upstairs, ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by Delicato. And now with the bases loaded, in steps the center fielder Danilo Perdomo, one of the best hitters on this team.
100%. That's why he's at the top of the order, batting first for the Hornets today. And then Delicato is going to want to make sure that he gets a nice out here and doesn't have any more damage done for the Cardinals.
Big spot here for Delicato. First pitch to Perdomo's grounded on the ground to the third baseman Williver, and that ball's going to go foul. Williver made a diving stop just to the right of third base. Doesn't matter though. So now it's 0-1.
For a good second, I had to take off my shades because I was seeing Manny Machado or a Nolan Arenado type player. I like the aggressiveness defensively. You got to show that.
Infield's back with 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Perdomo steps in. It'll be an 0-1 to the right-handed batter. Here it is. Fastball in there for a strike. Clutch pitch there, and it's 0-2. What a strikeout this would be for Delicato.
Yeah, and now with an 0-2 count, and Delicato can go anywhere in the strike zone or outside the strike zone. You got options.
Delicato sets up the belt. He's ready. Here's the 0-2. Sweeping curveball laced in the air. That's going to get into left field for a base hit. Williams comes in to score. Behind him is Maines. He will slide in safely. And it's a 3-0 Hornets game. Wow.
Yeah, and we just heard Coach Sepper even say, try and put that ball in the dirt, you know. Pitch outside the strike zone, let the hitter chase. And in that case with Perdomo, you don't want to try and attack the strike zone and be too aggressive in that way.
Well, for Perdomo, that's his 7th RBI now on the season. And the Hornets find themselves with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the second inning. Still 2 outs in this inning. And Noel Alvararia steps in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch to him. That's in their first strike, 0-1. Alvararia grounded back to Drew. One of the 2 batters that did that in the top of the first inning. And if Olivaria can find a way to get on board, the Hornets will bat it around in this inning. One pitch that's taken down low, 1-1. And Delicato steps up on the rubber. He looks in at Kellen Moore. Shakes off a sign, he's ready. The self-described ace of this staff. Here's the 1-1, and that's taken upstairs, 2-1. Might not be showing that ace quality today, though.
No, not like he had against the Ravens. Definitely a different beginning to this game.
In Drew's defense, though, I mean, this Hamilton West team does hit a lot of hits and gets a lot of runs in. 2-1 pitch just misses upstairs. Kellen Moore wanted that one. I'm sure all the Cardinals defense did too, but it's 3-1.
Get to the next guy,
Wakely's at second. Perdomo's aboard at first. 2-away here in the top of the second inning. 3-0 Hamilton West. And Delicato sets. Big hack there by Olivaria, but he got nothing, and it will be a full count pitch now.
Yeah, I think Olivaria wanted me to make my home run call, even though it is the opposing team. You know what's interesting? The Hornets have that same W-shaped logo as the Washington Nationals.
How about that? And Delicado sets 3-2 pitch. The ball's hit foul down the right field line, not a play. So the count will remain full. And Delicado takes a long walk up the right side of the mound.
Yeah, that foul ball was scorched. No hurt cars in the making of this broadcast.
He has his sign. Runners at first and second. They'll be off running here with the full count offering. There they go. 3-2 pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. Third walk of the inning issued by Drew Delicado, and now the bases are loaded again for Nate Rodriguez.
Now that was going to be a tough at-bat. Looking at Olivaria from here, he seems to be on the shorter side compared to his teammates, so his strike zone is going to be much tighter and smaller for Drew, who is struggling to find his command right now.
It's a righty-lefty matchup. Rodriguez bats from the left-hand side. He's 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch from sweeping curveball upstairs. And it's 1-0. With Rodriguez at the plate now, the Hornets have batted around in this inning. It was all started by Mike Nielsen's leadoff single. Another single, a walk, an RBI hit. 3-0 Hornets. Here's the 1-0. That's upstairs. 2-0. And Delicado's just maybe releasing that ball too early.
Yeah, it seems that way. That high fastball seems to be missing much more than anything else trying to get it in the zone.
Get to the orange line. Four.
And Delicado sets will be a 2-0. That's upstairs and away. 3-0, and now one ball away from potentially walking in a run here in the second. Rodriguez is a big RBI threat. 14 on the season. Rodriguez taps home plate twice. Big upright batting stance. Delicado sets 3-0 pitch. Upstairs and away, ball 4. The fourth walk of the inning issued by Drew Delicado, very unlike him. And just like that, Wakely comes in to score, and it's a 4-0 Hamilton West lead.
Yeah, and Delicado just can't find his command, really can't find it, especially on that fastball. And it seems like he's been throwing mostly that to try and find some sort of rhythm, but it's just not happening. It's not his kind of day with that pitch right now.
So with Rodriguez aboard via the walk, head coach Andrew Scepter will come on and have a word with his junior pitcher. And with 4-0, it's not an insurmountable lead, but you really want to try to keep this lead right where it is right now.
Yeah, 3-0 already hurts, but now 4-0 with walking in a run, that's not the way you really want to go. And I'm sure Coach Scepter is telling his guy in Delicado, hey, you got good stuff. You've been having a great season. You lead the team in Ks. Just go out there and show your stuff. Don't be too afraid to throw to these Hornet hitters.
Well, as the Cardinals disperse their meeting on the mound, that's a great point, Tom. 4 walks already on the day for Delicado, with only 1 strikeout. With someone who has a K to B rate of 2.41, that means 2.4 strikeouts for every walk issued by Delicado. It's definitely going to hurt the stat line today. So let's reset. Bases are loaded. Mike Nielsen, who started this inning, he's back in the batter's box. Batting from the right-hand side, bases are loaded with 2 away. First pitch is ripped in the under right field. Going back on his JT Gordon, all the way back to the track. He might have a read on it. No, it's going to drop in for an extra base hit. Jackson plays it off the wall. This is going to clear the bases. All the way standing at third base with a bases-clearing triple is Mike Nielsen. His second hit of the day, and it is a 7-0 Hamilton West Hornets lead.
Yeah, Nielsen, that's why he's batting in that cleanup spot, really clearing the bases on that one with a 3 RBI triple. That's absolutely crazy right there. And breaking things open right there is Nielsen and the Hornets, now making it 7-0.
So 7-0 Hamilton West Hornets lead. What a difference an inning makes. Nielsen leads now from third, and the batter will be Tyler Williams. He takes a strike in there. So it's on 1. And Delicado working on the stretch. His as he done most of the day. Sweeping curveball, that's inside, so it's 1-1. Dom, what do you make of this inning?
Yeah, it's just one start. You got to be able to keep your head up high and move on after this. But it is a very tough outing to watch and witness with Delicato.
1-1 pitch is laced in the air to the right field side. Robert Kelly might have a play on it, but that ball will go foul. So the 1-2 count on Tyler Williams. He's 1 for 1 on the day. He singled following the leadoff single here in this inning. Stole a base and got this inning going, really. He steps back, grabs his bat, and steps back in the batter's box. Taps home plate once. He's ready. I'm sure Drew is to hopefully strike him out here.
Yeah, 49 pitches in just 1 2/3 innings.
Drew sets and his 50th pitch of the day. Gets a swung on a missed swinging strike. Well, just like that, the inning is over, but not before all the damage is done. 7 runs come across on only 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the second. Cardinals have their work cut out for them. Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the bottom of the second inning here in Lawrenceville, and, well, the Hamilton West Hornets have put up a 7 spot. We head to the bottom of the second inning. 7-0 Hamilton West leads. Cardinals have their work cut out for them. We've seen them do it before, Dom. We know this team can score runs. And as head coach Andrew Scepter said, just as Robert Kelly was heading to the plate, just need 1 here. First pitch to him is taken downstairs. It's 1-0.
Yeah, it's just going to be much harder to climb up that ladder, and Delicato was struggling in this game so far, and Mike Nielsen really made it difficult for Lawrence to try and make this comeback early on.
1-0 pitch, and that's in there for a strike, so it's 1-1. Mike Nielsen, who batted twice in that second inning, had a single to start the inning, and then perhaps the biggest hit of this game so far, a base-clearing triple. 3 RBIs already for him on the day. 1-1 pitch to Kelly. That's fouled off behind home plate, so it's 1-2. Robert Kelly has a 1-2 count on him. And what a first baseman and freshman he's provided for this team. 300 batter, 12 for 40 on the year. 7 RBIs, 7 walks. It'll be a 1-2. That ball's in the dirt, so it's 2-2. And speaking of how much he's meant to this team, how about his game on Friday against the Northern Knights? 3 for 4, 5 RBIs. He also had a stolen base. Speaking of a triple, Robert had one in that game as well. Here's the 1-2 from Hyman. Swung on and missed. Got him with a low change up there. First strikeout of the day for James Hyman. And there's 1 away here for the Cardinals in the second.
Yeah, that was a really good pitch from Hyman right there. Looked like an all-speed changeup or curveball in the dirt that Robert Kelly swung at. But you're right, Kelly had a big game. I called him Clutch Kelly. That's his new nickname that's going to forever be staying in.
Clutch Kelly. Well, let's hope we can get something from Clutch Kellen as Kellen Moore swings and misses at the first pitch. So that's 0-1.
Okay.
Kellen Moore, from one freshman to another. The catcher's batting .324 on the year. 4 RBIs of his own. Hyman sets. Here's the 0-1. That's in there for a strike. 0-2. Working quickly here is James. And Dom has deemed that it's snack time.
Only during commercials.
Yeah. 0-2 pitches popped in the yard, in the infield. Coming in as the pitcher, James Hyman, and he makes the one-handed catch. Second F1 put out I've been able to write in my scorecard this year. And now there's 2 away in the second.
Yeah, you know what? Hyman being a lefty, this is a rare sighting despite having a bunch of righties in this Cardinals lineup. It's nothing that the Cardinals have really seen a lot often, if this might be the first time. So you got to really see where Hyman throws and his tendencies.
Well, JT Gordon steps in the right field there, and the first pitch is fouled off behind home plate, so it's 0-1. A lot of foul balls today. It seems like maybe the Cardinals are just swinging late.
Yeah, just on top, just under it, anything like that.
We're in the bottom of the second, 7-0 Hamilton West. As there's 2 away here in the inning, no 1 on. It'll be an 0-1 to JT Gordon. That's fouled off behind home plate, 0-2.
Listen, as long as one of those foul balls don't come right towards us in our heads, I'm okay with it.
You do have your glove today, though.
Yeah, but you know, whoever said I was going to catch it, that's also a sight to see.
This is true. It'll be no 2 to JT Gordon. Right fielder batting from the right-hand side. Here it is. That ball's in the dirt. So it's 1-2.
Note to self, never take me to a day game because whenever everyone's looking at a foul ball that way, I'm looking the other way.
Count remains at 1-2. Hyman sets. Here it is. That's down low, 2-2. And if JT can somehow find a way to get aboard, Riley Rivera would be the batter. And Riley's been quite a source of on-base percentage coming out of the bottom of this lineup. But Gordon's got to get on first. It'll be a 2-2 offering. Here it is. That's inside. 3-2. Full count now. First full count offering of the day worked by the Cardinals.
And JT Gordon showing off his dance moves, how to get it out of the way with his feet on that one.
JT checks his swing. Tall upright batting stance on the right. Hyman sets. The lefty deals. And that's upstairs, ball 4. Second walk of the game issued by James Hyman. And the first time in this second inning, the Cardinals will have a base runner. And with 2 outs, that will bring up Riley Rivera.
Yeah, we've seen Rivera bat up, usually with his brother, kind of up or in the middle of that order with that plate discipline. He's been pretty clutch too this year for a freshman, so let's see if he can bring in the first run for Lawrence.
So with James Hyman working out the stretch again, he got out of the first inning with a runner on board. We'll see what he can do here as the first pitch to Rivera's in their first strike, so it's 0-1. Riley's definitely been good at getting on board. Trying to keep this inning going, trying to claw back at the Cardinals. One pitch is fouled off. Another foul ball there for Lawrence, and it's 0-2.
Now, Ethan, I know you have your little scorecard and everything like that.
Yes, I do.
You should keep track of all the foul balls that are happening. No relation, just...
Well, I've added a pen, Dom, to my rotation today.
Oh, yeah.
I'll explain that if I can after this 0-2 pitch to Riley Rivera. Gordon leads off first. Gordon's going. 0-2 is in the dirt. Throw down by Maines is not in time. Ball's going to get away, but it's backed up by the second baseman, Wakely. Regardless, though, JT Gordon has a stolen base. And now with 2 outs in the inning, the Cardinals potentially have a runner in scoring position here. So it'll be a 1-2 to Rivera. Hyman steps on the rubber, looks in his catcher Maines. He has the sign. Lefty sets and deals. That ball's in the dirt, gets away from Maines. JT Gordon will not advance though, so it's 2-2. To answer everyone's, I'm sure, answer with bated breath, I have a blue pen today, and that is because whenever there's a first pitch strike issued by Drew and Delicato, I mark it down with my blue pen.
Well, I'm sorry to say, I don't know how much you're going to be needing that blue pen so much in this game.
Well, so far there's been 4 instances of a first pitch strike by Drew, but definitely not the day he's wanted to have.
No.
I wish I had more in here.
No, and that happens, you know. There's no shame in that. We all have our bad days, just like any kind of athlete has theirs. So it was one of the poor performances that we see with Delicato, but he's still going to be confident every time he goes up there, which I love.
And, you know, definitely you have to have that capability, whether it's high school, whether it's college, whether it is MLB. You know, I'm a Mets fan, so I follow the Mets track, and Marcus Stroman's really good at doing that. You know, he says that as soon as a start happens and it doesn't go as well, you just got to, the good ones or the bad ones, you just have to let it go. We had a little bit of a delay in the action. We're ready, though. 2-2 pitch to Rivera. Swung on and missed. Got Riley with the fastball there, and now we'll retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base for the Cardinals. Second strikeout of the day for Hyman retires the side. We head to the 3rd inning. It's 7-0 Hamilton West here. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the top of the 3rd inning, and we have a pitching change for the Lawrence Cardinals. Giovanni Brogle will come in relief as I guess Drew Delicato's day is done. Now, Drew is also the pitcher and the designated hitter today, so I'm sure he will stay in the lineup. But as far as his duties on the mound, he is relieved.
Yeah, we've seen Brogle have some really good pitching matchups, too. Really good on that mound. It's clear that he likes to be a pitcher compared to being a hitter or anything like that. And I'm just glad to see Brogle out there after a couple games back getting hit by a pitch right in the elbow.
Well, we did see Brogle. He started the game on Friday against West Windsor Plainsboro North, and he did not have a good outing, Dom. Do you remember his outing?
I don't remember the exact stats, but yes, I do know he struggled. I believe he didn't even last an inning. I'm going to guess before you even say it, 2/3.
He went 1/3, 4 hits, 4 earned runs. So hopefully Gio, who we have seen splashes of greatness from him today, we'll find it out. Maybe pitching in a relief role, not being a starter, will help him today. Also, pressure's off. I mean, you're just trying to keep this game where it is. 7-0. Hamilton West leads. We're in the top of the 3rd inning, and if you're the Cardinals, this game will probably hurt, especially if the deficit remains where it is throughout the rest of this game. Trying to get into the state tournament, trying to get back to 500. This team has never won 9 games. If they can win all of the remaining games this season, they will finally accomplish that. Have to see what they can do here first against the Hamilton West Hornets.
Yeah, and it amazes me that they kind of rank it and seed it just like college athletics, you know? It's pretty cool to see that.
Well, the first batter here in the 3rd inning for Giovanni Broga will be Pat McLeaf. And the first pitch to him is taken upstairs for a ball, so it's 1-0. McLeaf is 0 for 1 on the day. One of the only 2 strikeouts that Druven Delicato had on the mound today. Broga sets the 1-0 pitch. That's downstairs for a ball, so it's 2-0. Broga, right-hander, wearing number 7, mirroring the starting pitcher number for the Hamilton West Hornets today. Right-hander sets and deals. Here's the 2-0. That ball's laced in the air to the shortstop, Javi Casadilla. He's up with it. He has time, and the long throw to first base is in time for the putout.
Javi Casadilla looking like a first baseman with that nice little pick play in one of the hardest positions at shortstop. Really making a nice one for that out on Pat McLeaf.
So that'll bring up Connor Casa, the 3rd baseman. He's also 0 for 1 on the day. As Broga sets, and the first pitch to him is in their first strike, going 1. And Dom, what's even crazier about that very tough outing and very tough 2nd inning for Drew, he went 1-2-3 in the 1st inning, but then in that 2nd inning, as Broga will deliver an 0-1 here, sweeping curveballs upstairs, 1-1. He went single, strikeout, ground out. So he didn't give up any runs on that. No, he did. He gave up a run on the ground out. 1-1 pitch. That's in their first strike. 1-2. Nice pitch there by Broga, and it's 1-2. Run scored on the ground out, but there was 2 outs in the inning. 2 walks, single, 2 walks, bases clearing, triple. Not what you want.
Yeah, no, not at all. You know, it's not always how you start a game. He made 2 really nice outs all by himself, but just the hitters were reading him for the Hornets.
2-2 pitch, sweeping curveball, just misses. I don't know where that one missed. But it's a full count now to Connor Costa, the 3rd baseman.
I don't know where that missed either.
He has that sweeping curveball. Went back to the fastball, and he got him to swing and miss. First strikeout of the day for Giovanni Broga. And there's 2 away here in the 3rd inning.
Broga throwing some gas. He could fill up my car at this point, really throwing that heat and showing what he's got, saying, I'm the better guy, and this is why I'm on the mound.
Well, that'll bring up Nate Maines, the catcher. He walked and stole a base back in that 2nd inning, and he takes a strike in there. 0-1. Maines scored 11 runs now in the year. He also stole a base. That's 7 for him. Broga sets and delivers. That curveball's laced in the air to right field. Incoming on is JT Gordon over towards the foul line. That's going to drop it for a base hit. JT Gordon bobbles it a little bit. That will allow Maines to go to 2nd. So it's a 2-out double for Nate Maines. And the Hornets have a base runner here in scoring position with 2 outs in the 3rd.
Yeah, Maines has been getting a lot of good action today, and with the hits that he's been having so far, he has been avoiding the Hornets from ending out at the bottom of the lineup and keeps on going to the top. Batting 8th, yes, but going into 9 and furthermore, Maines has provided just that.
Well, 2 outs and a runner at 2nd. That'll bring up Jackson Wakely, the 2nd baseman. He walked in the 2nd and scored a run. Wakely batting from the right-hand side. Broga working out the stretch now, sets and delivers. Change up inside, 1-0.
Look at what we see with Broga despite that double just now. A lot more control, a lot more closer in the strike zone, really trying to punch it in.
Broga has a build almost like a little bit like a Chris Sale, don't you agree?
I would agree.
Sets and delivers 1-0, and that's in there for a strike, 1-1. I'm trying to see what his delivery looks like to me, though. His build is like Chris Sale.
Yeah, let's hope his durability is better than Chris Sale. In which it is.
Broga looks the runner back at 2nd. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. Did not go around, so it's 2-1. Infield back with 2 outs here in the inning. It'll be a 2-1 from Brogel. Sets at the chest. Now he steps off. And Dom, with this pause in the action, I'll take a break. I'll take a moment to ask you how your Padres are doing.
Hey, they're doing great. They just shut out the Rockies. They're, what, 25-17 or something like that. So,
Broggles, 2-1 is a first strike, so it's 2-1, 2-2.
and if they, like I was saying, if they sweep the Rockies within these next 2 games, they're 10 games above 500. They're playing good ball. Your Mets, despite all the injuries, have also been playing pretty decent.
I heard you're playing in right field tonight for them.
Oh, am I?
2-2 pitch fouled off to the right-hand side out of play. So the count will remain at 2. Yes, the injury bug has stricken the Mets, but they win games, and I think it's just until we get back to full strength, if they can just keep it at 500, that's all you can ask for, right?
Same goes for San Diego.
Brogles, that's 2-2 pitch. That's laced on the ground back to Gio. Bobbled it at the mound. Can't find it. He's up with it. Throw to first is in time, though. Nice recovery by Giovanni Brogel. 1-3 on the putout. We'll retire this side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Still 7-0 Hamilton West Hornets. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning as the Cardinals try to fight their way back from this one. It's 7-0 Hamilton. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2, alongside Dom DeRosa. My name's Ethan Dewar. And seemingly today, the Cardinals, not only have they been unable to put up great pitching today, it just seems like the bats are being overpowered by James Hyman.
Yeah, no, but you know what? On the bright side, despite being 7-0, Giovanni Brogel coming in on the pitching mound, despite giving up a double to Nate Maines, was able to get out of that with no damage done. So it's still 7-0, yes, but you can climb your way back, and there is still some innings to eat here, and you gotta just try and get those bats going.
Well, as we begin the 3rd inning, Javi Calzadilla, Druven Delicato, and Ryan Williver are due up. 9-1-2 for the Cardinals, and we want to take a minute to remind you that Alexa loves the all-new 107.7 The Bronx Retro. Download the free WRRC2 skill to listen to Lawrence High School baseball on your Amazon Echo device. Simply say, Alexa, play 107.7 The Bronx Retro to hear the Cardinals anytime you want on the all-new 107.7 The Bronx Retro. So James Hyman will take the mound here for his 3rd inning of work, looking to continue his dominance today, as Javi Calzadilla will bat from the right-hand side. Hyman sets and delivers, and the first pitch is chopped on the ground at the second baseman, Wackley. He's up with it, and the throw to first is in time. 1 pitch, 1 away from the Cardinals here in the 3rd. Dom, I don't think I realized that Javi is a switch hitter.
Oh, I did not either. I thought he was just a left-handed hitter. That's on me. So technically, Lawrence has 1 left-handed batter in Williver. Wow. That was a good eye right there, Ethan.
I guess all year we have, like you were saying, before we were talking before the game, this is the only time this year I think we've seen a lefty.
You might have to step up to the plate with that eye.
Hyman's first pitch to Druven Delicato is taken low, so it's 1-0. Tom, you had another thought to say. Please let me know.
I was going to ask you, do you have an Alexa?
No, we don't. We don't. I never,
Yeah, no.
1-0 pitches inside, so it's 2-0.
Ready, put the ball in the pit now.
At my girlfriend's house, she has one, and we'll use it on occasion. I think the only thing we really use it for is just a timer.
Okay.
Like, Alexa set the timer. 2-0 pitches in that first strike, so it's 2-1.
What do you guys need the timer for? You guys bake, cook? I don't know.
Yeah. Like the other night, I'll give you an example. The other night I was making pasta,
Ooh.
and I actually didn't need to use the timer, but 2-1 pitch is ripped in the air to center field. Going back on it though, and has a play is Berdamo, and he makes the catch. It's a fly out here for the 2nd out of the inning in the 3rd, and there's 2 away for Ryan Williver, the 3rd baseman.
I might be having to go to Dewar's household to try and get myself some pasta.
Dom's always talking about food and how excited he is for food.
You know what it is? It's always at this kind of time. These kind of games usually happen around 4 for the most part. So that's when I really am like, man, I'm in the mood for food.
Well, Hyman will deliver a pitch here to Ryan Williver, lefty-on-lefty matchup, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, so it's 0-1. Williver grounded into a very timely for the Hornets double play back in the 1st inning. I agree, Dom. It's as Hyman delivers the 0-1 pitch, and that drops low, so it's 1-1. It seems like, these games start, and it's like you forget that, we leave the stadium, and it's almost 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I don't know where the time goes.
Time gets
we do,
weird.
but not a bad way to pass the time. America's pastime, right?
Yeah.
1-1 pitch is downstairs, and that's in the dirt for a ball, so it's 2-1.
Listen, I won't complain. I'm sitting next to you on lovely weather now, finally, that we're getting to have. Watching baseball. It's a nice combination.
Couldn't ask for anything else, really.
Yeah. Provide the picture for our listeners out there. It's great.
2-1 pitches downstairs, so it's 3-1. I feel very lucky to be able to do this. I truly do.
Me too.
James Hyman looking for his second. No, excuse me, his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. And that's what's been so interesting about Hyman. And that pitch comes way inside to Ryan Williver, and that will be ball 4. Well, it won't be a 1-2-3 inning, as Hyman walks Williver here with 2 outs in the inning, and with a runner aboard first base. That'll bring up Hunter Rivera, the center fielder and arguably best hitter for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Ryan Williver almost increased that hit by pitch total, but he had to watch out. That was coming right for his noggin.
So now with the runner on board, Hyman will work out of the stretch for the 3rd time in this 3rd inning. And the first pitcher Rivera's in their first strike, so it's 0-1. Hunter's 1 for 1 on the day. He stole a base, too, back in the 1st inning. Hyman working out of the stretch, and that pitch is taken outside, so it's 1-1.
For Hunter, he reminds me of the old school Hannes Wagner, Ty Cobb. I'm going way back, yes, but every time they got on base for a single, they basically made it a double or a triple at that point.
You're going way back, Dom.
Oh, yeah.
1-1 pitches inside, so it's 2-1.
Listen, someone next to me said America's pastime, and I'm going to
There we go. Yep, you're right. You're right. Infield back with 2 away in the inning. Williver first. He's running. Swung on a miss. It's fouled off behind home plate, so it's 2-2. Williver doesn't run often, but running there. And I give the Cardinals credit, I guess, trying to get any spark they can going for this offense.
Of course, you got to try and start somewhere. Got a runner in scoring position. You got your best hitter up at the plate.
If Rivera can keep this inning going, it'll be Ben Paulak. Rivera batting from the right-hand side. He's ready. Williver leads from first. Time called by the home plate umpire. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. 7-0 Hamilton West here. An offensive explosion batted around in the 2nd inning. 4 hits, 7 runs, including a bases-clearing triple by Mike Nielsen, the first baseman. 2-2 pitches ripped up the center field. That's going to be a base hit for Hunter Rivera. Williver will stop at second base, as the ball had a lot of velocity off the bat. Quickly thrown back into the infield by the center fielder Perdomo. Runners at first and second, though, with 2 outs for Ben Paulak.
Yeah, way to bring that average up, and get some nice things going for Paulak stepping up. Could provide the first run or more for the Cards.
Well, as much as this, seemingly is only the 3rd inning, it's really not only the 3rd inning of this 7-inning build matchup. You also have to figure that, a 10-run lead does bring on the mercy rule. Only 3 runs away for Hamilton West from putting that on. 1-2. And the first pitch to Ben Paulak's inside, so it's 1-0. Williver at second, Rivera at first, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound here. We'll take a quick break. It's Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7, the Bronx Retro, WRRC2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Quick meeting at the mound for the Hamilton West Hornets is over, and it's Lawrence Cardinals Baseball on 107.7, the Bronx Retro. Ben Paulak steps in with runners at first and second, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lawrence trying to scrape their way back into this game. They trail 7-0 here in the 3rd of this 7-inning build matchup. James Hyman, the starter for the Hornets, still remains on the mound. He's gotten in a little bit of trouble, nothing to this extent so far in this game, as he tried to escape this 3rd inning unscathed. It's up to Ben Paulak, though. First pitch to him is fouled off behind home plate, so it's 0-1.
So, Ethan, how many foul balls we have total?
I don't know.
Got you there.
Paulak, a 250 hitter on the year. Looking to add to that 5 RBI total for Ben. Batting from the right-hand side. Hyman. Ball in the glove.
Right there.
from the belt. He sets and deals. It's down low, 2-1 now to Pollack. And if Pollack could get a board here, load the bases with a potential walk, just who you want up for the Cardinals. Robert Kelly stands on deck. Pollack checks his swing at the plate. He taps home plate twice. Runners lead from first and second. 2 outs here. Hyman sets not throw over. They got Rivera calling a run up, but the ball gets away from the first baseman, Nielsen, and the runners will advance. A drop by the first baseman, Nielsen, on the pickoff attempt. They had Hunter Rivera dead to rights at first base. Nonetheless, though, Cardinals catch a break, and the runners move up a base.
Yeah, I think on your little score sheet right there, you're going to have to mark that as an E1. I think the pitcher could have made a solid throw right there. They had Rivera dead to rights. And yes, the first baseman couldn't get to it, but that's on the pitcher.
So this seemingly becomes an even bigger opportunity here for the Cardinals. Defense will play straight up the middle. Corner infielders back. 2 away in the inning. Runners at second and third. It's going to be a 2-1 pitch to Ben Pollack. Hyman sets. Here it is. That ball's laced on the ground of the second baseman, Wakely. He has time. Throw to first is in time. Crisis averted for James Hyman and the Hornets. 7-0 still, Hamilton West. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We are at the top of the 4th inning here in Lawrenceville. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2. Alongside Dom DeRosa, my name's Ethan Dewar, and the Hornets have a 7-0 lead here. That's Hamilton West looking to advance to 11-5 on the year. Cardinals will try to fight back in this game. If they can win today, they'll advance to 7-8 on the year. If they fall, though, they'll be 6-9 on the season. Giovanni Brogel returns to the mound for his second inning of relief work for Drew Vandelicato, who started this game, and as much hype was around Drew starting today's game, got roughed up in that second inning. Hornets batted around, and they find themselves with a 7-0 lead here in the 4th inning. Brogel will face 8-9-1 here against the Hornets, and the first pitch to Nate Maines. The catcher is downstairs for a ball, so it's 1-0. And you know what, Dom? My scorecard's a little bit off. We have Daniel Perdomo, the leadoff batter, up for the Cardinals here in the Hornets up here in the 4th, and takes the ball, another ball outside and away, so it's 2-0. You know what happened?
What?
My scorecard got a little messed up because of the inning that they went into they batted around.
Oh.
2 pitches upstairs, 3-0 from Brogel.
Hey, better managed by you than me, right?
Brogel sets. Here's a 3-0. Taking all the way is Perdomo, and it's in there for a strike, so it's 3-1. Danilo playing center field today, batting .333 on the year. He's 1 for 2 on the day. 2 RBI, single back in the first. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That's inside. It's a leadoff walk issued by Giovanni Brogel. And here in the 4th, the Hornets have a leadoff runner aboard.
And that's the way you want to start off if you want to keep on pushing those runs. And you're trying to get the mercy rule. So Perdomo on board and on base. We could see a couple stolen bags here too.
3 runs away from the mercy rule for Hamilton West. And the first pitch to Noah Alvaria is upstairs, so it's 1-0. Alvaria's 0 for 1 on the day. He scored after he reached base in the second inning via a walk.
Yes, Olivaria is going to be a very tough out with his size.
1-0 pitch is fouled off to the right-hand side out of play, so it's 1-1. And he gets on base a lot. 16 runs scored, 17 now with this game for Noel. Wearing number 8 back from the right-hand side. Now throw over to first, and diving back is Perdomo. Dom, do you like the high socks for the Hamilton West Hornets?
I do. I love the colors too.
They're
Black
black
and
with an orange piping up the side.
Yeah.
And that pitch is way upstairs, so it's 2-1.
Take your time, Devine. Make your adjustment, dude. Put it in there.
Brogel was pretty decent in the 3rd. Gave up a 2-out double to Nate Maines, but was able to retire Jackson Wakely to retire the side. Here in the 4th, they'll lead off walk. Steps off and looks a runner back.
Now, could that potentially be a balk?
I think someone on the... And they do call it a balk. Good pickup, Dom.
Thank you.
He called it before the umpire did.
Put me out there.
So with the balk, the runner will advance to second base, and Hornets have another runner in scoring position here. We're in the 4th inning, no one out. It'll be a 2-1 pitch to Olivaria. Brogel sets and delivers, and that ball's in the dirt. 3-1 now.
I guess you could say that ball stung a little bit. Get it, the Hornets.
Oh, my.
I gotta get a little bit with that. So that is not a good time.
We're at this point in the game.
Oh, we are. Ethan, you gotta get buckle up. Get ready for it.
So it'll be a 3-1 to Olivaria. Brogel taking his time, and the umpire calls time. Dom, you gonna watch any baseball this evening, my friend?
I know the Padres play tonight, and then tomorrow's a 4 o'clock game, so I might as well. I know Blake Snell's pitching for us today, so I will be. I don't know about you.
3-1 pitches, lift in the air to center field. Going over to his left is Hunter Rivera. He has the play on, and he makes the catch. Tagging at second is Perdomo, but he will not advance on the play. So it's a fly out. First out of the inning for the Hornets. And that'll bring up Nate Rodriguez with a runner at second and 1 out in the inning.
That's right, the Mets do play, because you have a Davidson pitching on the mound, I believe.
No, Davidson's pitching for the Braves. I don't think the Mets have
right.
announced his pitching tonight.
Slipped
I'm sure
that
now
up.
they have.
I can check for you.
If you want to check for me and the fellow Mets fans listening, I would appreciate that.
So Ethan Dewar, and to those fellow Met fans, I will be in the lookout.
Brogel deals the first pitch to Nate Rodriguez, and that ball's lifted in the air to right field. Coming in on is JT Gordon. That's going to drop in front of him for a base hit. Perdomo didn't have the best read on it, so he stops at third base. He was dancing between second and third base, waiting to see what play JT Gordon made on that ball. But it drops in for a base hit. Now there's runners at the corners with only 1 away here in the 4th.
You guys have Miguel Castro on the bump.
Oh, okay. So they're going to do a bullpen game probably.
Yeah, 7:20 Eastern Time.
I'll be tuning in.
Oh, yeah.
And Mike Nielsen steps in. Still has the biggest hit of this game. That was a bases clearing triple. Back in the 3rd. Looking to do more damage here. Runners at the corners, only 1 out. First pitch from Brogel's in there for a strike, so it's 0-1.
Well, anything big here will be big for the Hornets, and another big extra base hit could bring in 2 runners and make that score really wide open.
Brogel steps off and looks the runners back now. And as much as, Brogel's been doing pretty well in this inning. That fly ball could have been caught by JT Gordon. He had to play it in the sun, though. That was tough. That ball's hitting the air to right field, and that's going to get foul. JT Gordon gave it a look over in right, but that will go out of play. So it's 0-2 now.
Can I be honest with you?
Absolutely.
I totally lost the ball on that play.
Yeah, I think it's good that we trusted that JT gave it a look and then let it go.
Oh, yeah.
Runners at the corners. There'll be no 2 count. Brogel sets out the stretch and delivers, and that ball's in the dirt, so it's 1-2.
Good eye right there from Nielsen. Slaying away from anything off speed.
He has a good eye for a reason. Dami bats 380. 11 runs, 5 RBIs on the year for him. First baseman running number 18 back from the right-hand side. Here's the 1-2. Sweeping curveballs hit in the air, fouled on the right field line. A lot of barrel contact today for Hamilton West. Just really a matter of, I guess, getting it straightened out.
Yeah, and I'm sure Nielsen wants that back. That was more of a hanging off-speed pitch. You could put that one on a tee right there.
Brogel sets. Here's the 1-2 again. That ball's chopped on the ground to the third baseman, Williver. The run will come in to score. Williver's only plays at first. He throws to Kelly in time for the out. And with 2 outs in the inning, there was only 1 out. They were all running towards the infield, so I thought that there was 2 outs in the inning. I should have trusted my own instinct, Dom.
You lose track sometimes. These innings can be ongoing and feel like they never end, and yeah, you lose track.
So the run comes in to score. Perdomo comes in to score. So it's an RBI groundout for Mike Nielsen. That's his 4th RBI on the day. 8-0 Hornets now, and Rodriguez advanced to second on the play. So with 2 outs, that'll bring up Tyler Williams, the right fielder. Brogel sets. That ball's fouled off behind home plate, so it's 0-1. Williams is 1 for 2 on the day. Was the second batter in that long second inning. Singled and stole a base. He retired the side for the Hornets with a strikeout in the 3rd. Runner at second here. Went after a sweeping curveball, and it's 0-2 now.
One more, dude.
Wow, that was one hack right there. One-handed, surprised the bat did not go flying.
So with Rodriguez at second, it'll be an 0-2 to Tyler Williams. Right fielder batting from the right-hand side. Here it is. That ball's lifted in the air down the first baseline, but that will go out of play foul. So it'll remain at 0-2. Williams steps back in, taps home plate. Right fielder right number 23. Rodriguez leads off second. Burgle sets. That ball's in the dirt. 1-2 now.
We just seen some really good takes from the Hornets in this game. Really not chasing anything today.
Hamilton West strong this year, 10-5 on the year. Reflecting their 2019 season, 24-4. That ball's lifting the inner center field. Hunter Rivera has a play on it. Makes a two-handed catch for the out, and that will retire the side. One run on one hit, no errors, and one left on base. Hornets improved their lead to 8-0. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the bottom of the fourth inning here in Lawrenceville. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. James Hyman returns to the mound looking to continue his dominance today. 4 innings, only 2 hit ball, no runs allowed, and has 2 strikeouts on the day so far. And Del, I have a question for you. For Hyman, as much as he's had some rest here in between these long innings, do you think that takes any toll on him as a pitcher?
You know, that could definitely take a toll because your body's so not used to it after a couple of days rest and everything like that. But he has been dealing, so maybe, you know, you keep on having him go until you're hoping, if you're the Hornets, you get that mercy rule.
Well, as we begin the fourth inning, it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Cardinals. That's Robert Kelly, Kellen Moore, and JT Gordon are due up.
And I know it is high school ball, and the rules are, you know, different compared to anything. But if you're the manager right now for the Hamilton West Hornets, you know, you're not going to want to play around with pitchers with an 8-0 lead. You're going to want to just try and keep your guy out there and keep pushing.
8-0 Hamilton Hornets lead. They look to improve to 11-5 on the year if they can keep this game right where it is. So as James Hyman gets up on the bump, it will be Robert Kelly leading off here for the Cardinals. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Kelly taps home plate. He's ready. Hyman sets, and here's the first pitch. Swung on a miss. Fastball blew it right by Kelly, and it's 0-1.
It just seems like a tough day for the Cardinals hitters, as well as the pitchers, of course, with the runs that they've been giving up. And that's going to happen. The hitters just seem like anything in the strike zone or out the zone.
Kelly chops the 0-1 pitch to the left-hand side, and that ball's going to roll foul. Little third baseman Casa, James Hyman the pitcher, and Nate Maines the catcher all chased after that ball, but to no avail as it rolled out of play. So it'll be 0-2 now to Kelly.
And I was continuing with that, wanted to wait for that pitch. They're making contact, but it's going foul, so they're just missing. They're swinging at stuff outside the zone. You're going to have those kind of days where you just got to get past it. Don't let that monkey stay on your shoulder for the next game.
Kelly struck out once in this game in the second inning. He's got an 0-2 count against him. Hyman sets at the belt, and he deals. Fastball just missed. Taking for a ball, and it's 1-2. Hyman gets his sign from Nate Maines, his catcher. Sets and deals. Change up in the dirt. It's 2-2. Cardinals looking to get anything across the board here. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning of this 7-inning build matchup. 2-2 pitch. That's chopped on the ground, back on the third base side. Pitcher Hyman's up with it. Long throw to first is in time for the out. What a play by James Hyman to go get that. I was seemingly going to say that, you know, that might have been a mistake to not let that ball go out of play and go foul. I thought he was going to have no chance at first, but it's a beautiful 1-3 put out, and there's one away here in the fourth.
That is the play of the game for the Hornets right there. Not only did he get the out, Hyman showing that he's an athlete too because he's the pitcher. He got that without hitting Robert Kelly in the back. That was very accurate of a throw, getting the first base.
Beautiful play by James Hyman, helping himself out. He delivers a ball inside to Kellen Moore, the catcher. Kellen's 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out to Hyman back in the second inning. Hyman says there's the 1-0 pitch. That's upstairs, 2-0. Kellen Moore, running number 24, batting from the right-hand side. Freshman catcher He bats .324 on the year. 4 RBIs for the usual catcher who we see sometimes on the mound. 2-0 pitches downstairs, so it's 3-0.
Yeah, Moore has really proven himself going on later on in the games this year.
It'll be a 3-0 count. The Cardinals have had a base runner in every inning so far. Just haven't been able to scratch those runs across. 3-0 pitch is taken outside. It's a ball 4 to Kellen Moore. So with the base on balls, Kellen Moore reaches first with 1 away, and JT Gordon will be the batter here in the first.
That's good to start things off as we see a Tyler Van Hees pinch hitting for Kellen Moore, so catcher to catcher will be running. But, that's good to see. You got to try and start off something. The dugout has been awfully quiet. You're going to try and want to have it kept going, cheering you on along the way.
So with Moore leading from first, JT Gordon takes the ball inside, so it's 1-0. We're in the 4th inning, 8-0 Hamilton West lead. 1 out in the inning, runner at first base. JT batting from the right-hand side. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He stole a base, though, back in the 2nd. Hyman sets and deals, and that's low, 2-0. 5 straight balls issued by James Heyman. And, he is getting up in pitches here on the day, Dom.
Yes, he is. He might be taken out a little early.
That ball's laced in the air to the right-hand side. That's going to get down for a base hit. Van Hees is all the way to second. The throw came in quickly. Thought they had a chance to get Tyler Van Hees out at second on the force out. It's not in time, though. And aboard at first base with his first hit of the day is JT Gordon. Now with 1 out in the inning, Cardinals have runners on first and second.
That was a really nice swing right there from JT Gordon, going opposite field, spraying the field, and taking every advantage he can get to try and start a rally.
So with runners on first and second and nobody out, Riley Rivera stands in. Second baseman's 0 for 1 on the day. Riley batting from the right-hand side. Left foot elevated batting stance. Hyman sets and deals. Big hack there by Rivera, but he misses, so 2-1. James Hyman looks in. He's got the sign. He's worked out of trouble all day. Cardinals finally looking to break through here. 1 pitch is taken inside, so it's 1-1. We've seen Rivera be able to come through in clutch spots just like his brother. Riley taps home plate twice. Infield that double play depth, only 1 out in the inning. And that ball's going to get behind the catcher mains. Advancing to second and third is Van Hees and Gordon respectively. And all of a sudden, runners are at second and third with 1 out here in the 2nd.
That is big. Every wild pitch you got to take advantage of as the runners on base, and they are doing just that. Now, Riley Rivera's got to somehow bring them in.
So advancing on the wild pitch is Van Hees and JT Gordon. Riley will have a 2-1 pitch, and here it is. Taken all the way, and that's outside, 3-1.
Not bad if you take a walk. First base is open. Might be pitching around him here.
Infield is back. I'm sure the Hornets are willing to trade a run for an out here in the 4th. Hyman sets. Here's a 3-1. Swung on a miss. Big hack there by Rivera. It's 3-2.
Come on, Riley.
Riley checks his swing. He steps back in. Taps home plate. He's ready. Hyman is 2. 3-2 pitches inside, ball 4. Second walk of the inning issued by James Hyman. It's the 5th of the game. And now the bases are loaded for Javi Calzadilla.
Well, if you want an inning where you can provide some spark, this is the one to do it. Bases juiced, 1 down, Ethan, right? This is going to be what you want. Calzadilla, the batting 9th, going to be due up as of now. If you get something going here, top of the order comes up, you can do even more with that.
Quick meeting at the mound by Hamilton West, and the infield disperses now. As much as the Cardinals do have a deficit here, it's definitely not impossible. We've seen this team score runs, Dom.
Yes, we have, and late kind of innings, they've been clutch coming back. We've seen some wild ones, so this will be good to provide and getting rid of that donut on the scoreboard.
Bases loaded. Hyman's first pitch to Calzadilla is taken inside, so it's a ball, 1-0. Calzadilla is 0 for 1 on the day. Started out the third inning with a ground out to the second baseman. Javi, switch hitter, batting from the right-hand side against the lefty Heeman. Here's the 1-0. Ball's popped foul to the right-hand side. Nice barrel to ball skills by Javi, and it's 1-1. If Calzadilla can avoid the double play, as I don't want to jinx the Cardinals, Druven Delicato would come to the plate here. Definitely someone you want up in this type of position as well. 1-1. That's taken upstairs, so it's 2-1.
And with Hyman being a little erratic in this half inning, you're going to want to try and be patient. You had the Hornets walk in and run earlier on in Delicato. Maybe you could do the same.
Hyman sets, and the 2-1 pitch is outside, so it's 3-1 now. Van Hees at third, Gordon at second, and Rivera at first. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 8-0 Hamilton West. Hyman sets at the belt, and he deals. Taken upstairs, ball 4. A 1-out walk is going to bring in the first run of the ball game for the Cardinals. So the Cardinals are able to wipe that 0 off the scoreboard. It's 8-1 now, and it seems like we're going to get a pitching change. We'll take a quick break. Bases are loaded for the Cardinals, trying to scratch their way back into this one. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're in the bottom of the fourth inning here in Lawrenceville, and the Cardinals are trying to make this game interesting. They trail 8-1 here, as the Hamilton Hornets have made a pitching change. Coming in for James Hyman will be Zach Flynn, right-handed pitcher, a senior, wearing number 30 on the mound. And with the bases loaded, Cardinals looking to somehow scrape their way back into this game, Dom.
Yeah, Hyman has been dominant as the previous pitcher, but just one too many pitches is what brings in Zach Flynn to try and end this and not give any hope for the Cardinals. But hey, don't call it a comeback. We've seen crazy things happen, Ethan, and this could be just one. If Delicato delivers, that'll be nice, and passing the baton over to Ryan Willivier would be great to witness.
Well, Robert Kelly started this inning with a ground out, then 4 straight batters reached base for the Cardinals. It was a walk, a single, a walk, and a walk, and now Druven Delicato stands in. With the bases loaded, looking to get any runs across here they can. Infield's at double play depth, as Flynn sets, and the first pitch from him. Upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Druve is 0 for 1 on the day. He walked and was retired on a fielder's choice back in the first, and then flew out in the third. Batting from the right-hand side, that pitch is chopped on the ground foul. The third base side now to play, 1-1. Gordon at third, Rivera at second. Javi Calzadilla at first base. Druven Delicato at the plate. It'll be a 1-1 pitch. Flynn out of the stretch deals. Sweeping changeup drops in that first strike. Nice pitch there by Zach Flynn, and it's a 1-2 count on Druve. Druve batting in the leadoff spot for the 4th time in a row for the Cardinals. 1-2 pitch. That ball's laced in the air to the left center field. Going on over is Rodriguez. It'll be Palmero making the catch. Gordon will tag at third, and he will come home and score. It's a sacrifice fly for Druven Delicato. And with the fly out to center field, the run does score, so it's 8-2 Hamilton West Hornets.
Well, you know what, for Delicato, that gets the job done for another run, and that does not hurt the batting average. So you get an RBI, no batting average hurt on that one. That's a win-win in my books right there. Yes, it's 8-2, but you can climb back from that. Just don't give up and stay focused.
So now with runners at first and second, Ryan Willivier stands in, looking to keep this inning going. 2 away here in the inning, runners at first and second. And Willivier takes a ball upstairs, 1-0. And this really seemingly does become a big bat here, Dom.
Yeah, Willivier with much power in that bat could provide something big.
The lefty laces that one on a line to the first baseman, Neiman, to make the catch. Nielsen made a beautiful line drive catch to retire the side. 2 runs, on only 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're through 4 innings. It's 8-2. Hamilton West Hornets lead the Lawrence Cardinals. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
As we begin this 5th inning, Giovanni Brogo will return to the mound for his 3rd inning of work, and Gio's been pretty good today. Cardinals were able to scrape a couple runs across in the bottom of that 4th inning to cut this lead to 8-2. Still definitely in quite a big deficit, though, Dom.
Yeah, it is. You know, baby steps could be the way, but 8-2, you wish you got a little bit more out of that. That was a one really good hit from Ryan Willivier, but being lined right away to the first baseman and Mike Nilsson, that was a big out for the Hornets.
We're going to get a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Ryan Marino. I believe he will take over as the designated hitter. Marino steps in, batting from the right-hand side. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Hornets here in the 5th. Brogel sets in the first pitch to him, is taking their first strike, so it's 0-1.
You know, Ethan, I have another question for you that's kind of out there.
Who's your favorite player that wears number 27? Because I can answer that for you.
No, actually.
Brogel's 0-1 pitch is taken upstairs, 1-1. It's Trevor Bauer, Dom.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. That's
Yep.
a little unfortunate. However, going back to it, after this pitch,
Brogel's 1-1 is down, so it's 2-1.
if you had to, you know, I was born in 98. You were born in 96, 97, I believe?
98.
98?
98,
Okay,
yep,
okay.
yep.
If you had to go back in time, you know, in any decade, what would it be and why?
2-1 pitch is laced in the air to center field, and it's going to drop in for a base hit. JT Gordon comes in from right field to play it on a hop. First hit of the day for Ryan Marino, and there's a leadoff batter here in the 5th for the Hornets.
And I'm only asking because, you know, throwback music, we're really hitting it back. You know, we got some good ones. If I'll start. I would say the 80s because my parents talk about it like it was so great. I would like to witness that and see how great it was, man.
You know, this might sound cliche. I think we're living in a pretty good time. First pitch to Connor Casa is in their first strike, so it's 0-1. As far as like to go back and like just visit, or I'm going back to live there.
Visit, let's say.
Visit,
Yeah,
okay.
time machine. Yeah,
I would say like probably like the 70s or 80s. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm with you on that.
All right.
Brogel sets in the 0-1 pitch is swung on a miss by Connor Casa, and 0-2.
My goodness, our hairstyles would be so much different.
Dom, I'll also be tuning into the Padres game tonight because Blake Snell is on my fantasy team.
Oh, hope he does well for you.
Sweeping curveballs taken upstairs, so it's 1-2 to Casa.
It's all right.
Marino leads from first. It'll be a 1-2 to Casa. He struck out once already today, 0-2 on the day. Just missed with that one outside, so it's 2-2.
I might have to provide the umpire a magnifying glass because I'm trying to search for that miss.
Brogel's 2-2 pitch is fouled off behind home plate. So the count remained at 2-2. I'm excited that Jacob deGrom is going to be returning this week.
Yeah. You know, there's a Twitter page that lists exactly a chart and explanation to where Major League umpires, balls and strikes.
I've seen that.
You've seen
Yep,
that,
I
right?
have.
I forget the exact name, but
Brogel sets, and the 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. That's the second strikeout of the day for Giovanni Brogel. And with Casa retired via the punch-out, Nate Means will be the batter with one away and a runner at first here in the 5th.
that was a nice curveball that we have not seen much today from Giovanni Brogel to get the nice punch out. And I was going to go with that from that umpire score sheet. Maybe we need that for Lawrence in these games. Keep a little tracker on that. Now, nobody can be perfect, but, you know, I don't want Joe West making these calls.
So with an 8-2 lead for the Hornets, they will seemingly go to their bench a little bit, and Ed Rodriguez, will be the batter. We're at number 2, batting from the right-hand side. First pitch of the day to him is swung on and missed. So Brogel gets ahead, and it's 0-1. I believe it's called umpire scorecard, Dom? Is that what it is?
Umpire scoreboard, umpire scorecard, something like that.
Yeah. Marino leads from first. Brogel sets. A 1 pitch is fouled off behind home plate, so it's 0-2. Brogel looking for back-to-back strikeouts.
And with a leadoff hit going into this game from Marino, that would be great. try and get out of this with no harm done.
One away to the inning via the strikeout. Brogle looking for a second. It's an 0-2 count to Rodriguez, and here it is. Sweeping curveball, got him. Second strikeout of the inning for Giovanni Brogle, back-to-back. And there's 2 away here in the inning.
You know what? For Brogle, why not go back to it? And he gets Rodriguez down on strikes swinging, which is really nice. So Brogle has been very efficient ever since coming in earlier in this game.
And then I'll bring up Jackson Wakely, looking to keep this inning going for the Hornets. First pitch from Brogle, and that's way upstairs, so it's 1-0. Wakely's 0 for 1 on the day. He walked and scored a run in the second, grounded out back to the pitcher, Brogle, in the third. Wakely checks his swing. Brogle sets, and the pitch is lifted in the air in the infield. Robert Kelly moving back a few steps behind home plate. Now onto the outfield grass. He misses it. Robert Kelly misses the fly ball. Marino will advance to third on the missed play. And reaching first base safely is Jackson Wakely.
I'm going to say that's an E3 right there on Robert Kelly. I think that's easily a catchable ball despite the sun being a factor for him looking up. I think that's an out right there for Lawrence.
So now with runners at first and third with 2 away in the inning, that'll bring up Danilo Perdomo as we're back to the top of the lineup for the Hornets. First pitch from him is inside, so it's 1-0. Well, any run scored after this inning, if that is deemed an error, will not be charged to Brogle.
Yeah, but that's got to hurt still. You know, you're almost out of this. 2 nice strikeouts right there for Brogle on that curve, and an error could potentially put more on the board.
Brogle sets. And the 1-0 pitch is down in the dirt, so it's 2-0. Perdomo's 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. 2 RBIs hit home from him back in the big second inning for the Hornets. Brogle sets, and the 2-0 pitch is upstairs, 3-0. You hope Gio's not losing his command here. I might have thought that he was going to get out of that inning with the fly ball.
Yeah, that error may have startled him a little bit.
Infield back with 2 outs here in the inning. It'll be a 3-0 count to Danilo Perdomo. Brogle sets. Here's the 3-0. Taking all the way was Perdomo, and that's outside, ball 4. 2-out walk there will load the bases for the Hornets, and that'll bring up Noel Alvararia. Shortstop is 0 for 2 on the day, but walked and scored a run back in the second. Oliveria batting from the right-hand side. First pitch is lifted in the air to left field. Going back on his Ben Pollock. He has room. A few feet in front of the track. He makes the catch for the out. Now we'll retire the side. Nice job to get out of that bases loaded jam by Giovanni Brogle. And now we'll retire the side. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left on base. Cardinals looking to get any back that they can. It's 8-2 Hornets here. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
Hamilton West leads 8-2 here as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro alongside Dom DeRosa. My name's Ethan Dewar, and Ben Flynn will return to the mound for a second inning of relief work for the Hornets after a masterful outing today by James Hyman didn't allow any runs to come across for the Cardinals. Zach Flynn looking to retire the side here and continue this potential win here for Hamilton West.
Yeah, but you know what? For Lawrenceville, the pitching has gotten better. It's been sustaining itself and really has limited the Hornets to nothing.
Ben Flynn's first pitch of the inning. Hunter Rivera's taken inside for a ball, so it's 1-0. Cardinals were able to load the bases and get 2 runs across in the bottom of the 4th inning, thanks to a few walks. As the 1-0 pitch is taken outside, it's 2-0. And as much as this game has been lopsided, especially when you fall 7-0 after 2 innings, as here's the 2-0. Rivera taking all the way. It's 2-1. The Cardinals have left a total of 6 men left on base today, which has been a problem that has weighed on the Cardinals all season. 2-1 pitch is ripped in the air to the left field, and that's going to get down, I believe, for an extra base hit. And Rivera's going to stop at second base. He will make a run for third. Here's the throw to third. Rivera dives in. Not in time. It's a leadoff tripper for Hunter Rivera. Rivera's now 3 for 3 on the day. And the Cardinals have a leadoff base runner at third here to start this 5th inning.
Well, not only is that average going up, but that slugging, that OPS, everything like that is going to be skyrocketing. I was very surprised to see Rivera hustling his way down to third. I know he loves to get those stolen bags anyway to begin with, but that looked like a really playable play from Perdomo, the center fielder for the Hornets. So, you know, credit to Rivera for that one. I did not think he was going to get a triple out of that.
So the leadoff triple, the first pitch to Ben Pollock, lifted in the air to center field. That's a base hit. First pitch swinging by Ben Pollock, and that's an RBI. Rivera can walk on in, and he comes in to score. 8-3 now, Hamilton West leads.
Look at Ben Pollock ripping it. Nice wood. Getting that RBI, cutting that lead. It's not that bad. 8-3. It's closer than you think.
Cardinals looking to keep this inning going. Robert Kelly steps in. Kelly's 0 for 2 on the day. Pollock leads from first. Here's the first pitch. That's upstairs and away, 1-0.
Might be a frustration pitch. That was up and in towards the face of Robert Kelly.
And had some bite on that fastball. Flynn working on the stretch. He sets and deals. And that pitch is upstairs and away, 2-0.
Well, Flynn seems like he's been losing his rhythm as of now.
Cardinals just need base runners here, trailing by 5. We're in the 5th inning of this 7-inning build matchup. Still no one out in the inning. Pollock leads from first. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. It's 2-1.
And if I'm Pollock, I'm going to do what every Lawrence runner has been doing. Stealing a bag, getting in scoring position.
As much as 5 seems like a lot. Pollock's running. And they're going to have him caught in a rundown. Flynn throws to first. Here's the tag. Safe. Pollock dives back in. Wow, what a move to get back to first base by Ben Pollock. Eludes the tag by first baseman Nielsen. And that's a clutch play by Ben Pollock.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I might have to give 2 magnifying glasses out there because if Ben Pollock made a swim move, credit to him. But otherwise than that, it seemed like he was dead to rights out.
Nonetheless, it'll be a 2-1 to Robert Kelly, the first baseman, batting from the right-hand side, looking to make up for that error he made in the top of this inning. 2-1 pitches upstairs, so it's 3-1. Walk here is really just as good as a hit.
Oh yes, and with Kelly, with the plate discipline he has, I'm taking all the way.
It'll be a 3-1 from Flynn. Pollock's running, pitches in the dirt, and that's ball 4.
There he is, Robert. Let's go, kid. Up.
Robert Kelly works a walk. He's good at that. Eighth of the year for Kelly. Now there's runners at first and second with still no one out here in this 5th inning.
Well, Kellen Moore will be due up. We've seen what he's got on the pitching mound, in the batter's box, and even I would say behind the plate with the catcher's gear on. So Moore has been really getting those minutes and everything like that in a very good way. So if he can drive in some more here and really cut that lead, that will be big time.
Well, as the head coach for the Hamilton West Hornets, we'll talk here with Zach Flynn. Maybe buying some time for the relief pitcher warming up in the bullpen. I believe that's Dylan Parsons, the right-hander, is dealing now in the bullpen. We can see over to the right-hand side. Maybe just trying to buy some time for him. Or maybe this inning will be Zach Flynn's responsibility. What do you think, Dom?
Yeah, you're probably going to try and keep Flynn in there because keep in mind, you are up 8-3. 5 runs isn't too much for Lawrence, but it's easier said than done. And the next run he gives up or maybe even hit depends on if we see a pitching change.
Runners at first and second, still no one out in the inning. Lawrence trails 8-3 here in the 5th. First pitch to Kellen Moore is taken inside for a ball, so it's 1-0.
1, 2, 4, huh, babe?
On out. Stay 2-4. Good there, Ben. Good.
Zach Flynn checks the runner at second. Here's the 1-0. The ball's lifted in the air to right field. Coming in on it is Williams, and the center fielder Perdomo will make the catch. He ran in all the way from center. I guess he had the best read on it. Runners will not advance as the ball was not deep enough, and it's 1 out, the first out here in the 5th.
That's a big out right there for the Hornets, as getting Kellen Moore is a big bat and a big break for the pitcher.
Zach Flynn, who hasn't pitched much this year, Dom, only 6 and a third. 3 hits, only 2 runs allowed. Guess it's a small sample size. So I guess he doesn't pitch often. Trying to keep this game right where it is for the Hornets. Lawrence trying to scream their way back into this game. Down 5 with 1 away here in the inning. JT Gordon steps in.
Right there.
Runners at first and second. And the first pitch to the right fielder is chopped on the ground back to the pitcher. It's past the pitcher's mound, picked up by the shortstop Alvaria. He bobbles the ball and everyone will be safe. Bases loaded for the Cardinals here. And that's a huge defensive miscue for the Hornets.
That is. I think, honestly, Flynn, the pitcher, played that a little lazy and let Olivaria come in from a very odd angle at shortstop to try and make it, and that little bobble makes everyone safe. So you got to be really reactive defensively to try and get that out.
Do you think that's an error, Dom?
I'm going to be honest, I do not.
So an infield hit, and the first pitch to Riley Rivera is taken low. So it's 1-0.
It seemed that with the speed of what was Gordon, that was going to be safe either way.
1-0 pitch to Rivera. That's down and away, so it's 2-0 now. Cardinals looking to scratch some runs across here. Javi Calzadilla looms as the potential tying run on deck. But Rivera has to get on first. 2-1 pitches hitting the air deep to right field. Back on is the center fielder, Perdomo. He's going to have a play. He makes the catch. Tagging at third is Ben Pollack, and he will run in and score. It's a sacrifice fly for Riley Rivera. And now it's an 8-4 ball game.
Remember when I said baby steps? That's what I'm talking about right there. Cut that lead every which way. Now you're going to want a nice blast or something, or a bases clearing double or triple like what the Hornets did earlier in this game. But hey, this is nothing wrong with this. Those sac flies, those nice singles, anything you can do to bring a run in helps for the most part right now.
Well, it's up to Javi Calzadilla with runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the first pitch to him is upstairs and away, 1-0. Calzadilla's 0 for 1 on the day. He walked in a run back in the 4th inning. I feel like his one job here is to either, yes, get runs in, but especially just get on base for Druven Delicato, the leadoff batter who looms on deck. That ball's laced in the air. That's going to fall in the center field for a base hit. Rounding third and coming in to score is Robert Kelly. The ball is bobbled in center field by Perdomo. The infield throw will launch all the way to the third baseman, and moving up to second is Javi Calzadilla. It's an RBI single, and all of a sudden, Cardinals inch a little bit closer here in the 5th.
Well, that was big right there. Clutch Calzadilla. I'm going to have to transition that nickname over for him for today as of right now. Cutting that lead. Only down 3 and showing off that hustle with a bad throw from center field to go to second. So now you got runners in scoring position at second and third with one swing that could change the whole atmosphere of this game.
We're going to get a pitching change for the Hornets. Dylan Parsons will come on a pitch in relief. We'll take a quick break. 8-5 Hornets lead. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning here. Cardinals trying to inch their way back in this game. They trailed 8-0 at one point. Have now gotten the game to 8-5, and runners are at second and third with 2 outs, and it'll be Druven Delicato. We've got a pitching change for the Hamilton West Hornets. Dylan Parsons will take over on the mound for Zach Flynn. And this is such a big opportunity here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals chipping their way back. Zach Flynn did not have it on the mound today, and only being down 8-5 in really the blink of an eye, despite no big, RBIs and stuff like that. Lawrence clawing their way back to try and get things going. You got runners in scoring position, second and third, and now you got the top of the lineup coming up to bat.
Well, it's JT Gordon at third, Calzadilla at second. Druven Delicato will face Dylan Parsons, a lanky right-hander. And the first pitch to Delicato, that ball's lifted in the air to right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. JT Gordon comes in to score. Calzadilla is rounding third. He will be stopped there as the throw comes in quickly from Williams. First pitch swinging, first pitch RBI for Druven Delicato, and it's an 8-6 ball game.
Look at Druven Delicato. After a rough day, baseball can be a mental sport. On the mound, really did not have it. Still trying to provide so much for his team. Looking like DJ LeMahieu spraying that one opposite field. Nice RBI single right there for Delicato, keeping his head in the game.
So now Ryan Willivier represents the go-ahead run at home plate. The lefty will face the right-handed pitcher Parsons. And Delicato represents the tying run at first base. First pitch to Will Veers in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Well, as much as the Hornets batted around in the second inning, Cardinals have matched that here in the fifth. Hunter Rivera would be next. He started off this inning with a triple. Parsons, the right-hander, deals. Switch pitches swung on a miss. Delicato's running, and there will be no throw to second. Stolen base by Druven Delicato. And now all of a sudden, the tying run is at second base with 2 outs in the inning.
What we've seen this year has been unbelievable, man. And now you take away the double play possibility. That's just great heads-up base running.
Calzadilla at third. Delicato, the tying run at second. 0-2 pitch in Delicato. Will Veers left. That's going to drop in for a base hit. Delicato comes in to score. It's a tie ball game. 8-8. Ryan Willevere comes in the clutch. An RBI single. He looped it into right field, and this ball game is tied.
Ryan Willevere is showing his worth, why he wants to bat second. Sees a lot of pitches, takes a lot of good ones, gets hit by pitches, and provides clutch hits to bring in 2 runs to tie the ball game 8 apiece.
First pitch to Rivera's fouled off behind home plate. And just like that, we're tied at 8. Wow.
You know, Ethan, this team is young. They're hungry. They're committed. They're underdogs at this point, and they got a bright future ahead of them. It's fascinating what we've been seeing this year.
It'll be an 0-1 to Hunter Rivera. Willivere's running. That ball's hit on the ground. That's going to go through the shortstop hole and into left field for a base hit. Willevere will stop at second base. On at first base with his second hit of the inning is Hunter Rivera, and now the lead run is at second base.
4 for 4. Look at Hunter Rivera showing off his worth as well. Unbelievable, Ethan. I'm at a loss of words right now.
Well, now Ben Pollock will stand in. Pollock hit Rivera home with a single in the earlier part of this inning. He's now batting for the second time, as Dylan Parsons seemingly just trying to get this final out in the inning. Lead run at second base in Willevere. First pitch to Ben Pollock's down low, 1-0. Lawrence Cardinals, they trailed 8-0 in this game.
Goodness.
Have come roaring all the way back to tie it at 8. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, still 2 outs. Ryan Willevere, though, represents the lead run at second base. Parsons sets and deals, and that pitch is in there for a strike. 1-1 now to Ben Pollock.
It amazes me, since we were talking about a possible mercy rule when it was 8-0 early in the game, and now look at this. That's why you play in high school at least 7 innings.
Willevere leads from second, and Parsons steps off now at first. And Parsons has to be rattled.
Of course.
A bloop single by Ryan Willevere ties the game. A lace hit by Rivera has put him at second base with himself at first. And the 1-1 pitch is inside to Pollock. 2-1 now to the left fielder. Pollock's 1 for 1 in this inning. 1 for 3 in the game. Willevere leads from second. Parsons sets. Here's the 2-1, and that's fouled. Off behind home plate. Big rip there by Pollock, and now it's 2-2. Well, what a game this has been, Tom.
Unreal.
Infield at up the middle a little bit. Willevere is being held on by the shortstop Oliveria. Defense is definitely in the outfield, trying to make sure if anything's hit to the outfield on the ground, that run may not score. 2-2 pitches laced back to the pitcher, Parsons. Throw to first is in time to Nielsen, but the damage is done. 6 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We got ourselves a tie ball game, folks. 8-8. We head to the top of the 6th inning. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7, the Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the top of the 6th inning, and if anyone tuned out and has tuned back in, well, you missed a lot. Cardinals have come back to tie this game after trailing 8-0 throughout most of the game. And seemingly we have ourselves a new ball game as JT Gordon will come in and pitch relief. The third pitcher on the day for the Cardinals. It was Druven Delicato who started. Obviously did not have the start he wanted. Only lasted 2 innings, giving up 7 runs, 4 hits. Only recording 1 strikeout on the day. Then Gio Brogel came in and he pitched very well in relief. Only gave up 1 run to keep this game, I guess, attainable for the Cardinals. And all of a sudden, the Cardinals have come roaring back after James Hyman, the Hamilton West starter, was brilliant today. But between Zach Flynn and Dylan Parsons, the Cardinals have come roaring back to tie this game.
You can't make this up. You know, they clawed their way back. We've been seeing it every so innings, and now at tied 8-8, you got to stay focused. It's amazing to see as the dugout was going ballistic, but you still got a ball game. You're still tied. You're not having the lead. Heading into the top of the 6th, you still got plenty of game left that you have to remain focused on and not lose this tie game.
Well, JT Gordon, or as I like to say, Jacob deGrom on the mound because of his pitching motion, delivers a ball outside to Nate Rodriguez, the left fielder. Tied at 8. We're in the top of the 6th inning here. Nate Rodriguez is 1 for 2 on the day. And the 1-0 pitch is outside, 2-0. Rodriguez grounded out in the first, walked and scored a run in the second, and singled back in the fourth. Batting from the left-hand side. 2-0 pitches downstairs and away 3-0, and you really don't want to walk someone here.
No, you do not. You want to attack early and often, get those outs, or try and just limit those walks.
JT Gordon sets, and the 3-0 pitch is outside. 4-pitch walk to start the top of the 6th inning here for Cardinals pitching. And now with the leadoff and the go-ahead run aboard, that'll bring up Mike Nielsen, who already has 4 RBIs in this game, including a bases-clearing triple in the second. Nielsen batting from the right-hand side. Gordon sets and delivers a strike. Catches the plate, and it's 0-1.
Let's get a ground ball here. Nobody better.
Cardinals in double play depth up the middle. And how clutch would a double play be in this situation? As Gordon sets, deep breath. He has a sign from Kellen Moore. Rodriguez leads from first, not going. And that ball's in the dirt, so now it's 1-1.
And we've seen Gordon pitch more and more as the season has gone along. Some good and poor performances, but he made some nice clutch plays with his own glove to get some nice outs the last game.
Gordon, who played this game in right field, will throw over, and Rodriguez dives back into first base safely.
Make sure Javi's ready.
Gordon played most of right field today. Scored a few runs today for the Cardinals, as they have tied this game at 8. 2-1 pitch is lifted in the air to left field. Going over on it is the center fielder Rivera. He has a play right in front of the warning track. He makes the catch, and Rodriguez will go back to first. That's a timely first out there for the Cardinals. And with 1 away, Tyler Williams will be the batter.
That's a lot of ground to cover, and Hunter Rivera made that look like an easy task to do. Really looked at it well, kept his eye on the ball, didn't lose track, and made the nice out. A big out, too.
So with 1 away and the runner remaining at first base, Tyler Williams steps in. Williams is 1 for 3 on the day. He singled, scored a run, and stole a base in the second. And the first pitch to him is just misses low, so it's 1-0.
Come on, Al.
Don't know where that one missed, but yeah, it's 1-0. Can't question it there, but I will.
JT Gordon looks in and gets the sign from Kellen Moore, his battery mate, here in the 6th inning. Rodriguez leads from first. Not very much of a big league. Runner's going. Pitch is taken in there for a ball. Here's the throw down to second. Not in time. Ball got away from the shortstop Calzadilla. Backing up nicely, though, was Riley Rivera. That's a very timely stolen base for the Hornets. And the lead runs down to scoring position here in the 6th.
Yeah, it just puts more pressure on JT Gordon to get those outs that he needs. And with a runner in scoring position, it ain't going to make it any easier.
Well, I wonder if you work around Williams here at all. Obviously, you need a double play. 2-0 count. Here's the pitch. just missed. 3-0 now, and you wondered if they do pitch around him here.
Yeah, 3-0 count is not something you want to do to Williams, and you just might as well pitch outside.
Rodriguez leads from second, held on by Calzadilla. He's the go-ahead run here in the 6th inning. Tied at 8. Here's a 3-0. Taking all the way, and that's ball 4 to Tyler Williams, the right fielder. Second walk of the inning issued by J.T. Gordon. And now with runners at first and second and 1 away, Ryan Marino will stand in.
JT's got to stay focused, you know. You got to know you have good stuff when coming up to the mound. Coach Scepter put you out there for a reason.
Coach Scepter trying to bring this team into the New Jersey State Tournament. Trying to win against his alma mater today. And the first pitcher, Ryan Marino, is just taken downstairs, 1-0. 5 straight balls now. And was that a strike, Dom? It was a strike.
Yes, it was a late call from the umpire behind. It was a very late call, actually.
Well, that's a clutch strike. And the pitch is down and in the dirt. Moore blocks it, and the runners will not advance. So now it's 1-1.
Robert, bump back there just in case. Maybe he's feeling spicy.
J.T. Gordon, big deep breath on the mound.
See a hit run. See a hit run.
It'll be a 1-1 count to Ryan Marino. We're tied at 8. Cardinals have come roaring back in this game. They were down 8-0 at one point. To tie it at 8. We're in the top of the 6th inning of the 7-inning build matchup. Here's the 1-1. That's in there for a strike. Timely strike there from J.T. Gordon. And now it's 1-2 to Marino.
Right here, 10.
Marino singled in his first at-bat of this game. He came in the 5th. Gordon looks in. He's got the sign from Kellen Moore. Sets at the chest. Here's the pitch. That ball's ripped in the air to left field. Going back on his Ben Pollack. Pollack's going to have a play, and he makes the 2-handed catch. Throws it back into the infield, and the runners will remain at first and second.
Ooh, Ben Pollack really playing left field at a great pace. Makes those big-time catches when it's needed most. And with that ball slicing coming at you quickly, Pollack gets another big out. And if Gordon can get him out of this inning with no harm done, that'll be a big opportunity for Lawrence to take their first lead of the ball game. That'll be really efficient. And Gordon has pitched well despite giving up some with runners on base.
Well, with Connor Casa stepping to the plate, it will be in his hands. Runners at first and second. First pitch is lifted in the air to center field. Rivera moving back. He has a play, and he makes the catch. Clutch pitching by J.T. Gordon to keep this game tied and right where it is. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 timely runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We still remain tied at 8. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7, the Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Lawrenceville, and what a game we've seen. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7, the Bronx Retro. We are tied at 8. J.T. Gordon with some timely pitching in the top half of this inning has left this game tied, and it will be up to Robert Kelly, Kellen Moore, and J.T. Gordon due up here in the bottom of the 6th inning against Dylan Parsons as he heads out for his 2nd inning of work. They were able to hit him in the 5th inning. Maybe they can do it here and get the lead run across here in the 6th.
Yeah, you know, Gordon did not look so sharp early on, but you know what we learned today? Never judge anything early. As being down 8-0, you tie at 8-8.
First pitch to Kelly's inside for a ball, 1-0, and the Lawrence bench really getting into this one now. And rightfully so. They've come back to tie it. They were down 8-0. We're tied at 8. Parsons 0-1 pitch. That's hit on the ground of the second baseman, Wackley. He's up with it. Long throw to first is in time for the out. 4-3 on the putout. And there's one away here in the 6th. The energy's definitely up here, though, for the Cardinals.
Well, they got out of that one with no harm. Gordon was able to get a couple of flyouts. No score for the Hornets. And at 8-8, you got some nice chances here in the bottom of the 6th and the bottom of the 7th to really get things going.
Well, Kellen Moore steps in, and the catcher chops one back to the pitcher, Parsons. He's up with it. A few steps over to the first base. He throws it overhand in time. 1 pitch and now 2 away here in the inning. Quick work here by Dylan Parsons.
Yeah,
And that'll bring up J.T. Gordon, who just ended the inning on the mound with some masterful pitching. See what he can do here at the plate.
Yeah, and you want to be a little bit patient. You don't want to always be swinging at the first pitch unless it's really what you got. But otherwise than that, try and work the pitcher a little bit.
Parsons full motion, sets and deals. Pitches inside, 1-0. Cardinals dugout very much fired up, rightfully so. JT Gordon at the plate, 1-0 pitch. That's in there low, 2-0. If JT can somehow find a way to get aboard, Riley Rivera would be next. Parsons sets, here's the 2-0. That's down low, 3-0 now.
And expect, if they do get on base, especially with Gordon, stolen bags are going to be key to try and get in scoring position again.
You have to imagine JT might be taking here. Here's the 3-0. Takes all the way, and that's outside, ball 4. It's a 2-out walk issued by Dylan Parsons, and now the go-ahead run is aboard for the Cardinals, and JT Gordon and Riley Rivera will stand up. We're going to get a pinch runner here, and I believe it's going to be the usual suspect, Daniel Drozga. We've seen him pitch run a couple of times in this season. And now he will take first base, representing the lead run.
Yeah, Gordon did it on the pitching mound just now, and he did it with that plate discipline, earning the walk and getting a runner on base.
So Drozga at first. Riley Rivera stands in. We're tied at 8. First pitch is fouled off behind home plate.
That one almost hit a school bus. Got to be very cautious when driving around.
They made it very clear to us from our first game that we have to park away.
You know, for all the foul balls, none have hit anything in sight.
One pitch is taken upstairs, and it's 1-1.
Good eye. This is the man you want up. Riley's got a great eye. He waits for that pitch that he knows he can hack at.
Well, you know, when Dom and I are standing, something's going on. As we stand here, we're tied at 8. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch is taken upstairs. 2-1 now to Riley. And if Riley can get on board, that would not only move the go-ahead run up to second base, but that would bring up Javi Calzadilla, who had a clutch RBI hit in the 5th. Rivera checks his swing. Drozga leads from first, and now Parsons steps off.
He loves you!
Hearing the dugout right now from the Cardinals is great. It's something we needed all game, and we finally are getting it.
Parsons sets, Drozga leads. That pitch is in there for a strike. 2-2 now. Timely strike there thrown by Parsons. So now with 2 outs in the inning, it'll be a 2-2 count to Riley Rivera. Parsons sets. He deals. Drozga's going. That pitch is inside. No, it's in there. Strike 3 called. Strike 3 called, and Riley Rivera will retire this side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We headed the 7th inning, tied at 8. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
JT Gordon returns to the mound as we begin the 7th inning here in Lawrenceville, tied at 8. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro, WRRC 2. JT Gordon returns to the mound, and he will deal a first pitch to Nate Maines is in there for a strike, so it's 0-1. And what a game Dom and I have been calling here today. The Hornets jump out, take a 7-0 lead. They improve the lead to 8. Cardinals come roaring back. We're tied at 8. Maines is bunting. That ball is going to go down the first baseline, and that will stay on the line in fair territory. And that will be a bunt single for Nate Maines to begin this inning. Hornets have the go-ahead run aboard here in the 7th.
Yeah, Nate Maines beat me to it. I was going to state that he was going to be a very tough out to get, especially batting first going into this top of the 7th. But a beautiful bunt right there, stays fair on the line, able to get on base and get things started for the Hornets.
Well, JT working out of the stretch again now. Maines is running. Bunt attempt. Kellen Moore's going to throw it in a second. Here's the throw, not in time. It's a stolen base by Nate Maines. That's his 7th of the year. 8th, excuse me. He already has 1 in this game. How timely is that? Now the go-ahead run is in scoring position with no one out here in the 7th.
I thought Maines would be a threat in his at-bat for extra bases, but he basically proved that with his stolen bag.
Well, Jackson Wakely will now show bunt. And, I mean, understandably so. He's going to try to move that go-ahead run up to third. If you're the Cardinals, just got to try to get one out here at least on this bunt attempt. He deals, and the ball's upstairs, so it's 2-0 now to Wakely. Wakely reached on an error in the 5th. Walked and scored a run in the 2nd, and grounded back to the pitcher in the 3rd. Batting from the right-hand side. He's got a 2-0 count in his favor, and he shows bunt again. Maines leads from 2nd. He's being held on, though, closely by Calzadilla. Gordon deals, and that pitch is upstairs. 3-0 now. And you have to wonder if there's any pressure on JT to pitch when someone's showing bunt.
Of course, and with the 9 spot in Wakely in the at-bat, there's going to be even more pressure once Perdomo comes up.
Danilo Perdomo, the best hitter on this team, looms on deck. Wakely shows bunt again and takes it all the way, and that's ball 4. Third walk of the game issued by JT Gordon. And the double play, though, is now in order. And now we'll have to see if we're going to get a pitching change here from head coach Andrew Scepter.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised here if he also gave Gordon the little rundown saying, hey, look at the way you got out of the for us the last inning. Try and do the same here. Just because there's runners on base doesn't mean they scored. You can get out of that.
And we are going to have a pitching change here for the Cardinals. It seems like Ryan Willevere, the third baseman, will take the ball here for the Cardinals. While he warms up, we'll take a quick break. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. The Hamilton West Hornets threatening here in the top of the 7th. We'll be right back.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We're still in the top of the 7th inning here. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 The Bronx Retro. WRRC2 alongside Dom DeRosa. My name's Ethan Dewar. What a game we've had today. We're tied at 8. We're in the top of the 7th inning of this 7-inning build matchup. We've just had a pitching change. Ryan Willevere will move from third base to the pitcher's mound. We've seen Ryan pitch a fair amount before. Trying to keep this game tied. Hamilton West is looming, though. Runners at first and second. The go-ahead run at second with nobody out here in the 7th inning. And the batter will be Danilo Perdomo, the center fielder for Hamilton West, and he shows bunt. Trying to advance those runners. First pitch from Willevere, and the bunt is down the left field line. That's a perfect bunt. Willevere's up with it. He will have no play at first base. And the bases are loaded.
You know, this is why you don't shy away from old school kind of play right there. If you can hit that bunt in the perfect spot with the perfect speed, you're safe every single time. And you advance the runner, and now you really put so much pressure on the Lawrence Cardinals defense.
Well, with no one on, the bases loaded. Cardinals trying to keep this game tied. Noel Alvararia will stand in the shortstop, batting from the right-hand side. He's 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1.
We've seen Willevere throw gas, whether it was in the hot corner or on the pitching mound. We have seen that before, so if he can get that fastball blazing out of the hand, it will be clutch.
Willevere getting the signs from Kellen Moore, his catcher. Bases are loaded. Umpire calls time behind home plate. We're tied at 8. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Hamilton West has the bases loaded with nobody out. Nowhere to put them. And the first pitch, the 1-0 pitch, is in there for a ball, and it's 1-1. Olivaria has 12 RBIs on the year. What a time would it be for him to add one. Willevere sets. 1-1 pitch. Just low. 2-1. Regardless of how this inning goes, the Cardinals will have a chance to come and bat in the bottom half of this inning. Infield is in. Calzadilla at third, Rivera at shortstop. His brother Riley at second. Robert Kelly at first. Willevere deals. That ball's hit on the ground, up the middle, base hit. Maines comes in to score, coming all the way around from second, but stopping at second will be Jackson Wakely. It's an RBI single for Alvararia, and now there's a base running miscue. Calzadilla's up with it, and he will have no play at second base. Seemingly, the runner from first base, which was Danilo Perdomo, thought that the runner was advancing. Nonetheless, though, the bases will still remain loaded as a run comes in to score. And now we'll bring up Nate Rodriguez, the left fielder. Williver still on the mound. Infield still in. First pitch is way up high for a ball, 1-0. After losing their lead by 8, they now regain the lead for the Hamilton West Hornets, 9-8. That pitch is chopped on the ground back to Williver. Robert Kelly will grab it. Now as the throw at first is in time. The run will come in to score, though, as they miss the opportunity to throw the runner out of play. I don't think the force play would have been in time anyway. So the run comes in to score, and it's 10-8 now, Hamilton West.
No, you're right. A force play would not have been eligible at home plate over there, so you have to get the out. And with 2 down, you're down 2 runs. You know, you got to keep yourself confident and say, we came back and tied this game down 8. So being down 2, we can do anything.
So first pitch to Mike Nielsen, the first baseman's in their first strike, and it's 0-1. Runners now at second and third. Trying to really keep this game right where it is. 2 runs is doable. Williver sets and deals. And that pitch is in their first strike. 0-2 now to Nielsen.
Be wide, be a wall. Be wide, be a wall.
Nielsen steps in. Taps home plate. It'll be an 0-2 delivery. Williver steps off, now steps back on. With the runners playing with the infield in, the base runners are not really being held on. There's a pitch sweeping curveball upstairs, and it's 1-2. The inning began with a single, an infield single, a stolen base, a walk, a single, a ground out, and the Hornets have a 10-8 lead. Infield still in. It'll be a 1-2 pitch to Nielsen. Williver sets and deals. The ball's fouled off to the right-hand side, out of play, so the count will remain at 1-2. Nielsen steps back in, taps home plate. And how timely would a strikeout be here for Ryan Williver? He'll try to get one. Here's the 1-2. That ball's skied in the air to right field. Tagging at third base will be Permario. He's going to come in to score as the throw will come into third. Perdomo comes in to score, and now the Hornets lead 11-8.
That one's going to sting just a little bit more right there. You know, I actually didn't even realize I made that kind of pun. But, you know, being down 11-8, you just got to keep confident. Pitch out of this, get out of this one, and focus on your bats in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, as Olivaria advances to third on the sacrifice, as well as the run coming to score. He stands at third base now for, we're going to get a pinch hitter here. Number 4, Jack Buford will be the batter. He'll bat for Tyler Williams. Buford batting from the right-hand side. He wears number 4. Steps in. And the first pitch from Williver. Fouled off behind home plate. That got off the, I believe, Kellen Moore. He seems all right, though, and it's 0-1.
With 2 down, runner on third, you're gonna want to stop the bleeding right now.
3 runs is doable.
It is.
A 1 pitch that just misses inside for a ball. 1-1.
Never thought we would be in this kind of situation, but we are. You know, whatever happens in this game, much credit for Lawrence for
Fighting their
playing
way
tough.
back.
Yeah.
1-1 pitch is grounded up the middle. Over to his left is Rivera. A quick throw. He will have no play at first base. It's an infield single for Jack Buford. A pinch hit single at that. As Olivaria comes in to score, it's now at 12-8. Hamilton West lead.
Yeah, that's just an awkward play for the second baseman, Riley Rivera, to make. That's slicing kind of through the middle, so that's going off your opposing side. You got to throw all the way to first, and it's just going to be a choppy play 9 times out of 10. So that's going to be tough to try and get that out. And Riley Rivera was going to try and make the most of it.
Well, Ryan Marino will step in, the 8th batter of the inning for the Hornets. As Williver will just try to keep this game where it is. First pitch is in the dirt. Runner's going, and he will have no play at second base as Tyler Williams will advance to second. He came in to pitch run for Buford.
Well, I don't blame them there. You know, you're only up 4 runs. Let's just say that with the way this game has gone, you're going to try rack and pack and stack those runs even more.
It'll be a 1-0 count to Marino. Williver sets and deals. That ball's laced in the air to left center field. Going back on is Gordon. It's going to go over his head and go all the way to the wall. Williams will come in to score. On his way to third base is going to be Marino. He's hustling all the way around. And the throw will not be in time. It's a 2-out triple for Ryan Marino. Williams came all the way around from first to score. And it's a 13-8 ball game.
Just not the way you want to keep it going. It's just a misplay in center field, and that's going to hurt you. This one doesn't feel so good despite an 8-run comeback to tie it.
Well, Connor Casa, the third baseman, the 9th batter as the Hamilton West Hornets have batted around yet again here in this game. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. Casa flew out to the center fielder, Hunter Rivera, to end in the 6th inning. And the 0-1's in there for a strike, 0-2. At that moment in time when JT Gordon retired that 6th inning, he seemingly thought that all the momentum was in the Cardinals' favor. Perhaps not. 0-2 pitch. That ball's hit on the ground up the middle, a base hit. Marino can walk on in to score. He taps home plate and scores. And sitting at first base with another RBI single is Connor Casa. And it's a 14-8 Hamilton West lead.
Yeah, I think Hamilton West took that 8-run comeback a little personally, and they're really trying to rack it on. Up 6 now. Yeah, this one does hurt, but there's a good story to it.
Well, Nate Means will stand in, who led off this inning with a bunt single and stole a base. Seemingly got the onslaught started for the Hornets. The ball's chopped on the ground to the third baseman, Kazadi. He's up with it, and that ball's going to go just foul, though.
What your mentality's got to be for Lawrence is, listen, we can do anything that we can. We're a young team. We can make ferocious comebacks. We have talent. We got potential. You just got to look at it like that. So you can't take every win and every loss too personally.
Nate Main steps back in. He taps home plate. Has flowing hair behind his helmet. That reminded me of Josh Hader's. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh, no, you're not.
A 1 pitch. And that's in the first strike, 0-2.
Could you imagine if the Cardinals had Josh Hader as a closer? Oh, my goodness. Best closer in the game, I think.
Would he pitch 7 innings?
With 7 pitches total. I'm kidding. That's impossible, of course. But, no, Hader is something else.
Casa leads from first, and the 0-2 pitch is taken inside for a ball, 1-2. Means 2 for 2 on the day. A double, a walk, a single, 2 stolen bases. Have a day for the catcher. Umpire behind home plate calls time. And seemingly for the second time in this game, the wheels have come off for the Lawrence pitching. It'll be a 1-2 to Nate Means, the catcher. Connor Casa leads from first. He's going to go. Pitch is taken down and outside, and it's another stolen base. Casa slides in safely to second. Yet another runner in scoring position for the Hamilton West Hornets. And it'll be a 2-2 now to Nate Means. Excuse me. Williver sets. Here's the 2-2. That's downstairs, and the runner's going to third. Throw down. Not in time. Another stolen base by Connor Casa. Stole his way to third on simultaneous pitches.
Ethan, is that breaking the unwritten rules in a way? I'm kidding. I'm all for it. Listen, you got to be aggressive. They understand what they blew earlier in this game. You're going to want to try and tack on.
Here's the payoff pitch to Means, and hits the bat, but it's fouled off. So we'll remain at 3-2.
It's amazing how baseball can work once you really get into it. The way we weren't into the game too much because of the lead to us gravitating towards it and really showing our emotion, and now it's just been dull again.
3-2 pitch. That's in there, strike 3 called. 6 runs on, I believe, 5 hits. No errors and 1 left on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cardinals have one more chance to come back in this game. They've done it earlier. They trail 14-8. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107, the Bronx Retro, WRRC 2.
You're watching the Cardinal Sports Network here on LTPS TV.
We head to the bottom of the 7th inning here in Lawrenceville. Alongside Dom DeRosa, my name is Ethan Dewar. It's Lawrence Cardinals baseball on 107.7 the Bronx Retro, WRRC 2. Well, what a game we've seen today, Dom, as seemingly the Hornets were up 8-0. Cardinals charged back and tied this game at 8 with some late game heroics. And now as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning of the 7th inning build game, the Hornets have yet again taken a lead. They lead 14-8 now. A 6-run spot in the top of this inning has given them a sizable lead, but don't count the Cardinals out as we've seen in this game.
Yeah, you know, anything could happen, and this has been some long half innings for both teams going into this game. And being down 6, we can't credit them out just yet, as Parsons is still out there for the Hornets. And you got some interesting pieces in the lineup due up for the Cardinals.
Well, it'll be Javi Casadilla, Drew Delicato, and Ryan Williver due up. 9-1-2 in the lineup. And in a game where we have seen a combined 22 runs, I guess we'll see that anything can happen here as we begin the bottom of the 7th. Parsons ready. Out for his 3rd inning of relief work, and the first pitch is in their first strike to Casadilla, and it's 0-1.
And Parsons, easily up 6, is going to attack the strike zone.
Parsons says it'll be an 0-1. That's outside for a ball, 1-1. Javi's 0 for 2 on the day. He walked, but he scored a run after reaching on an error. Well, one pitch is swung on a miss, 1-2. Calzadilla, who we've seen strike out a decent amount this year, does make some good contact on the ball, though, when he does connect. Batting now from the left-hand side. He's batting right today. Swung on and missed. Got him with the fastball. Just overpowered him with it. Second strikeout of the game for Dylan Parsons, pitching in relief for the Hornets. And now with 1 away here in the inning, that'll bring up Drew Delicato.
Yeah, that is a tough out to make. Casadilla, who's been having a pretty decent game, striking out to get the first out with 2 remaining. You're hoping that the top of the order can provide that spark.
Parsons sets in the first pitch, and Delicato's bunted on the ground back to Parsons. Throw to first is in time. Beautiful bunt placement by Drew Delicato. Parsons was able to get over quickly, though, and with 1 pitch, now there's 2 outs here in the 7th.
Yeah, that was a really nice play from Parsons. We've seen that a couple of times from the pitchers, showing off their athletic ability right there. That looked like it was going to be safe, and then Delicato at first base, but Parsons making a nice bullet throw to get him out.
So the final chance of the day is Ryan Williver, and the first pitch to him is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. As with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th, we want to ask which Cardinal will be the most valuable player of the game? We'll listen for 107.7 the Bronx MVP of the game immediately following today's action. That ball's ripped on the ground of the shortstop, Oliveria. He's up with it. Long throw to first is in time, and that will finish off the Cardinals in today's game and finish off the win for the Hamilton West Hornets. In the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. It's an 14-8 final here today as Hamilton West improves to 11-5 on the season.